Hey, drinking buddies. This one I'm running a little behind schedule on the whole post-production thing, so there aren't going to be really any ad reads this week. Real quick, though, if you're in LA, Cinco de Mayo, come out to Spearmint Rhinos, Dames and Games in Van Nuys. We're recording live. Come drink with me. It's going to be a fucking blast. Party kicks off at 9, go until 2. It's going to be fucking epic. Tweet at me or DM me if you want to get on the guest list. It's going to be fucking awesome. Anywho, this week's guest is the awesome Lilly Moon. You may know Lilly from her crazy viral video that just is all over the fucking place of her eating pizza on stage at Jumbo's Clown Room. She's the dancer who does a lap around the pole with a slice of pizza in her hand and then sits down and motherfuckers make it rain on her while she eats a fucking pizza. So she comes in to talk about how she got started in the biz. Pizza, obviously. LA living, it's a super fun one. Me and Lily met on a porn set a couple years back. She's friends of friends. It's good times. Good fucking times. So enjoy, guys. Well, that's the point. We're here to listen to you talk.
Yeah.
Tell us amazing stories.
Oh, lots of them. I hope interesting.
Oh, they'll be interesting. Definitely. I'm sure you have crazy stories from your times at fucking Jumbos and Cheetahs before that.
And Crazy Girls.
And Crazy Girls? I didn't know you were at Crazy Girls.
I was at Crazy Girls before it changed.
What happened there?
It's they had a new manager come in that is wanted to turn it into a Vegas nightclub. And I was like, but it's not a Vegas nightclub. It's
not at all.
It's Crazy Girls.
Right.
So it went from a famous rock and roll club to guys don't like rock and roll. You can't dance to rock and roll anymore.
Fuck that.
I was like, but that's what most of the people come here for.
Right.
So I was not allowed to dance to it anymore. So I was like, well, I'm not going to dance then.
I'm out.
Yeah, bye. And now it's pure hip hop club completely and totally.
You.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate on hip hop, but I also am not a huge fan of going to the club.
I am not a huge fan of either of those things. Hip hop or going to the club.
I like some old school 90s rap.
Yeah. The old school stuff is cool. And honestly, there's a song every so often that I hear that I'm like, all right, I can get into that. But 90% of the time, I'm like, what is this shit? Turn it off. But I'm sure that's how most people feel about my music, so that's fine.
What is your go-to anyways? I have never actually seen you dance.
Well, I dance to, one of my favorite songs to dance to is Hot for Teacher. And I do a little schoolgirl outfit. A little like today's.
A little like today's outfit.
And yeah, just mostly rock and roll is my deal.
There's many times of rock and roll, like your viral video you're doing Enter Sandman.
That's true. I used to dance to In This Moment a
Nice.
lot. But since we have a jukebox at Jumbo's, you're kind of limited to just what's in there. So there's a lot of 80s and it's kind of super random, but there's, AC/DC and obviously Metallica, and there's a lot of mixed CDs. So I just kind of look for something that piques my interest that day.
Hopefully you get a little more seniority and you can throw in your own mix CD. Be like, this is Lily's mix.
Yeah. What about this one? I could eat pizza to this song.
Right? I can promote your club to this song.
If I don't have to actually dance, that's fine.
Holy shit. I hope you are not single-handedly the reason that there'll be longer lines at Jumbo's.
I hope not either.
Motherfuckers. Occasionally on a Friday or Saturday, I'm drunk. I'm like, I want to go to Jumbo's. It's close to my apartment. And it's like, oh, no, I don't.
Yeah. Do I want to wait in that line?
I'm going to go over to Harvard and Stone.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even generally work weekends. I'm sure it's a madhouse. I mean, I've worked on weekdays where generally there's not a line out the door on weekdays, but there has been moments where it's just crazy. And like, I mean, it's such a small place. And I love that they've tried to keep the, we started here, we're staying here. But sometimes you're trying to like walk to the bathroom and you're like, I gotta go on stage next and I have to pee. Like, move.
Like, get the fuck out of the way.
Like, get out of here. And then trying to get to the jukebox and then trying to get back is like a whole.
So do you have to like put your own song in before you go on stage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I mean, I'm used to it now, but it was so weird for me going from Crazy Girls to Cheetahs with a DJ where the music is never stopping. It's just flowing into the next song. And then it's like, there's this pause in between each girl. And you're like waiting for her to clean up her money before you start your song. Because otherwise she's still going to be cleaning up her money while your song is going. So you just kind of sit and wait until they're almost off stage. And then you're like, okay, 13:02. And then do
you have your numbers all memorized already?
I do not. I have a lot of the girls do. And I mean, they've been there for a long time, but I just had a girl last night that was like, hey, Lily, can you put my song in? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, it's 2013 or something. And she's like, I forgot the song name even, but it's 2013. I'm pretty sure it's this song. And then one of the other girls was like, yeah, that is that song. And I was like, okay.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I still have to look through and be like,
flip.
Okay, all right, that one. Okay.
You gotta like make yourself a little cheat sheet on your phone.
I know. When I first started, I was like super nervous about having to do the jukebox. So I was trying to like write down what songs that I like, just so I could remember where they are and that they were there in the first place. But the jukebox is ever changing too. So
oh no.
Like recently, Hot for Teacher got taken out, and I was like, now what?
How can you take out classic Van Halen like that?
I know. I thought it was for a girl's birthday, but it's not back in there. So I don't know if they just haven't gotten around to it or if it's just not going to go back. And
the CD's lost behind the bar somewhere.
Yeah, my heart hurts a little bit.
As it should. That's brutal.
There's one guy in particular started calling me the Hot for Teacher girl because I always like do my schoolgirl outfit and my whole thing. And so we're both very sad about it. I think it's just us two that's really that upset about it.
But now they're negatively affecting your money.
That's true.
Like, what the fuck?
Now I just have to sit and eat pizza. And if I would have known that I didn't have to put all this time and pain into learning pole tricks and I could just sit on my ass and eat, I'd have just done that from the start. I'd probably be way more rich than I am today.
Yeah, but probably not as fit.
No, not at all.
Like, no pole tricks, all pizza, just fucking...
Yeah, just huge belly, just sitting on there. Apparently, a lot of people think that I got called a cow by a handful of folks on the internet for my video, which makes me giggle.
Oh, one of my friends who's a roadie for a feature dancer was talking shit. I'm like, hey, that's a friend of mine. He's like, what? I'm like, that's a friend of mine. She's just fucking around. He's like, oh, I won't call her bitch then.
You're like, oh, yeah. Good. Yeah. Don't. Not to me anyway.
Right. Not on your Facebook page where we're both there.
Yeah. It's so funny. People are funny.
Well, people got to hate on shit.
They do. They have to.
Makes them seem edgy.
Yeah.
I hate on shit all the time, too. I'm a horrible hypocrite, I guess.
No, I do, too. We're all pieces of shit. That's fine.
Right. It's the common denominator. It's why we're friends.
How the world works.
So for the audience at home, like, you're an old school, like, you're from Chicago, which we didn't know each other there.
Yes.
How'd you end up out here?
I grew up, like, just west of downtown and small town. It was gross.
Just west is a little bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, little bit. It was like 15, 20 minutes.
South of O'Hare is a better...
Yeah. I don't know. I just, like, between the weather and I just never really fit in. Like, I mean, I was always, like, the quote-unquote goth kid. But I still just didn't even having like my group of friends. I was like, I don't belong here. You don't belong here. And then my mom loved LA, so we came out here as a family all the time. And I was like, oh, this place is great. I'm gonna move here one day. Why don't we live here? So I got out of a relationship at 19, 20. I was 20, and I was like, I'm a grown up. Because I got in the relationship when I was 17. So I like got out and was like, I am an adult and I can go. I can just go. So I told everyone I'm going, and they were like, sure you are. Until I was like packing up my car, and they were like, oh shit, you are. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Bye. So.
Fuck Chicago winters, I'm out.
Yeah. I can't deal with it. And I'm so much of a pussy now that when I do go back for Christmas, which I mean, my mom tries to get me to every year, and I'm like, why don't you come here?
Right? A
We
lot
can have
warmer.
a lovely winter Christmas on the beach.
Right? Wear shorts during Christmas.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, I like it. I can't dress slutty in winter. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, you'd have to reacclimate yourself to Chicago before you go back to dressing slutty during winter.
Yeah.
Because girls back home do that shit.
Yeah. I'm too much of a pussy now. I go out there and I'm like, how do you live? It's freezing.
I used to talk so much shit to one of my friends who moved out here like right after high school. When he'd come home and be like, dude, it's 50. Why are you wearing a heavy leather jacket? Now I'm that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
100% I'm that guy.
Well, I think it has to do, I mean, I could be totally wrong and sound like an idiot, but I think it has to do with like the humidity difference too, because 60 here, like the wind blows and you're like, oh my God, that's freezing. That's freezing wind. Or it could be like a perfectly sunny day, but one cloud like goes over the sun and it's all of a sudden freezing. If it's 70 in Chicago, it's 70 in Chicago because the humidity, it's just no matter what. It could be nighttime and it's still hot.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. So what we're saying is, Chicago people, leave Chicago. Come to LA.
Yeah.
It's better here.
It is better here.
So what'd you do when you first got out here?
My first job was how I've come to my current job. I was a waitress at a full nude strip club, and I had always wanted to learn to pole dance, and I don't hate looking at naked women either. So
Who does?
yeah.
Everyone likes
Yeah.
it looking at naked
no
women.
one hates that. So
I mean, hell, even gay men love tits.
true. Gay men are some of the best customers like ever because they just appreciate everything. They appreciate the art. They appreciate your body. They're just like, you're amazing. I'm like, oh, you're amazing. I love you. But yeah, I waitressed, and it like the club was newer, and it was like in the middle of like industrial downtown. So there was like nothing, like there were like no customers during the day. And so we worked every day and it was just dead. And I was like, I want to learn pole tricks. And I was like super in love with it. And then after I left there, I had like a few normal jobs, but I was like, I can still do these tricks and this trick. And every time I came across a pole of any sort, I was like, look what I can do. So I met a girl that she moved in across the hall from me, and she was like, oh, I work at Crazy Girls. You don't take off your clothes at all. You pole dance. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? That's a thing? Because I would super do that. So
Yeah, wacky LA strip clubs that aren't really strip clubs.
yeah, I had no idea that existed. I thought it was just like, there's just strip clubs and that's it. So I was like, oh, yeah. She's like, you make like the same amount of money. And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, because dudes are drunk in those.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think strip clubs are great, but with that rule, I don't understand why you would work at a full nude club when you could work at a club with booze.
Well, I know Jumbo's doesn't really do private dances though, right?
No, there's a little booze in the corner.
I know, I've seen it and seen dudes just be awkward in it.
Yeah, it is very awkward. I mean, not for me. I don't give a shit because I've done lots of dances over the last 5 years. But I've had guys that are like, "Oh, do you do dances?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do a dance. It's It's right there. And they're like, oh, there's nothing private? And I'm like, nope. And you see the hesitation in their face. And then they're like, okay. And I'm like, I feel like you're uncomfortable. You're like, you're still doing it, but I feel like you're uncomfortable.
Well, I can definitely see how that would be uncomfortable for a bunch of dudes. Like, just being out in public and like, oh, I'm being sexually aroused in public.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I mean, you came here, so what do you expect to happen?
I'd go there to drink cheap whiskey and listen to rock and roll, but
That's fair. That's fair.
I get a handful of ones to throw shit on stage. Light comes on, like, okay, yeah.
All
All right, this is my whiskey tax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I like Jumbo's as a fun dive bar. Like, I'm not there for sexual arousal.
Yeah. Which I love that it is more known as like just this cool dive bar that happens to have girls dancing. Appreciate the girls. Don't be creepy with the girls. It's not a full-on strip club.
A lot of times I forget the girls are there. It's just like I'm in the middle of a conversation with friends.
How dare you?
I'm just saying, I'm horribly jaded. Horribly jaded. Just like, oh yeah, that's happening.
Great. Here's some more.
Yeah, we're talking.
Yeah, we're having a conversation.
If you want to join the conversation, that's cool.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like,
Yeah. Yeah. I see that.
I spent like one of my first years in LA, I spent New Year's at Jumbo's.
Oh, how was that?
It's fun. A lot of fucking fun.
Was it super packed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got there early. We grabbed a table.
Yeah.
We were there for fucking hours.
I bet that would be pretty fun. I mean, I've only been there a year, and I wasn't even in town for New Year's, so.
No, it was a good time. It was a good time. When I got Thai food afterwards, it's what you do.
It is what you do. So good. I'm obsessed with Thai food.
And this is the neighborhood for it.
Yeah, it really is. I have a hard time, though, because it's like every time I'll get Thai food after, but like before, always pizza, obviously.
Right? Yeah, you have a trademark.
I do. I mean, I bring in pizza for every shift, pretty much. To the point where some girls get annoyed because I'll walk in with my pizza and set it down, and someone will be like, "What is that smell?" And I'm like, "Sorry."
It's pizza.
Yeah.
Are you from another country? Have you never experienced pizza?
Yeah.
Here, have a slice. It's amazing.
It's really good. It's got like cheese, some sauce.
As a connoisseur of pizza here in Los Angeles, where are your spots?
I love Garage Pizza, and I know a lot of people will give me shit about that. I really love Garage Pizza. Their slices are massive, and their garlic margarita is so good. So much garlic on it. I just think it's so good. I don't know. Maybe I'm like the worst person to ask, but
Well, you eat a lot of it, so
I do. I love Big Mamas and Papas. Also conveniently close.
Speaking of which, did you see me try to eat a lot of Big Mamas and
I
Papas?
did see that.
Oh my God, that was...
When I did have like a normal job for 5 seconds, I convinced the boss of our company to order that for everyone because I saw it on like Man vs. Food or something. And I didn't expect him to do it, and then he did it, and I was like, "You're all welcome."
It's only 200 something bucks for that giant motherfucker.
And every topping for like each fourth is like what, $50 extra?
When we did the challenge, you got to pick one topping for each section that
Oh,
included.
you did? Oh, because I mean, it might have changed, or I'm wrong, but I thought it was like $50 each topping or something.
It very well may have been. Like, it might be included with the challenge because then it makes the challenge harder.
Yeah. Just extra food. All the extra food.
Oh, no, the bacon is what did us in. Like, because we did a quarter bacon. Because bacon's awesome on pizza.
Yeah.
So you have to eat a fucking ton of it, and it's super salty. And by then it was just like, too much salt, just drinking too much water, bloating. Oh, no.
Yeah. How many people were eating this?
8 of us? 8 of
Like,
us.
what is the rules for the challenge?
You have 2 hours to kill that motherfucker with 8 people.
8 people. Okay.
And no one can leave like
table.
Well, you can get up and like get drinks, but you can't leave the restaurant. You can't be out of
Can't go vomit and come back and finish it.
All the vomiting happening right afterwards for most of the team.
Oh man.
I was an idiot and waited till I got home. Like, I'm like, I'm good. I'm just super
I'll
full.
hold this in.
I'll be fine. I got home. I had a ginger beer. I'm like, I need some carbonation. And then it was like, my body's like, cool. That's exactly what I needed. This
Guess
is
what
all.
else is coming out?
Yeah.
Not just a burp.
Just, brrr, yeah. But that was probably the most satisfying vomit I've ever had in my life.
You're like, pizza.
Well, it's like pizza, and all that pain just went
Dissipates.
the fuck away.
That's fantastic.
It's not like a, alcohol puke where it's like, oh God, I'm sick.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, so bad.
Had many of those in my day.
Yeah. I try to be like way smarter now as a quote unquote adult. I'll like know I'm getting wasted and I'm like, all right, no more shots right now. We're going to take a step back. We're just going to ride out this feeling for a little bit and then we'll drink more.
That's generally what I do, but then sometimes I get caught up in the moment and people are like, shots. I'm like, yeah, shots.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh God. No bueno.
And then I wake up like making love to my toilet.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I haven't done it in a minute. It's been a couple years. I had a really bad. My last one was real bad to where like I passed out in the toilet and like I guess my bangs were like in the water, like some of my hair.
Oh no.
And like I had no idea. I guess my ex-boyfriend was like, "Babe, wake up. Like you're passing out inside the toilet bowl."
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that was really, really bad. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's good.
We've all been there. I've woken up naked on my bathroom floor a couple times. Because like at the point where I'm like pukey sick, I'm like,
you just have to. You're like, I'm hot.
I'm hot.
I gotta take everything off.
Oh, the floor is so cold.
Yeah.
Oh, night.
Yeah.
Just done.
Yeah. The curling on they've got a little rug, but it's like really shaggy, so it's always like, okay, I'm just this is
where I am now.
comfy enough. I'm done. That's
This is
fine.
where I am now.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk.
I just need water next to me and a towel, and I'm never gonna leave this spot ever again.
Exactly. This is where I live now. This is my life.
Yeah. Just have to accept it. The faster you accept it, the faster it'll be over with.
I don't really recall it ever being an acceptance thing. It's just this is a happening thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you could do about it, so you're fucked.
To the following morning, and then you're really fucked. It's like, oh God, what the?
Standing up is a whole thing.
Well, and you're lucky you don't have one of these. Because the next morning you're just like, oh man.
That's how I felt that morning. I woke up and I was like, it smells like puke. And he was like, well, your hair was in the toilet. And I was like, what? And I like grabbed my hair and sniffed it. And I was like, oh, okay. But I was still so sick. This was the first and only time I had a full 2-day hangover. So I was so sick that whole day too. I couldn't do anything. And we had made like a pot roast in the crock pot the night before, and I was so excited about it. But then the whole house smelled beautifully of pot roast or whatever the hell we made. But I was so sick that I was like, that smell is making it worse. I can't.
Oh, that's the worst.
And he like brought it into the bedroom, and I was like, you need to eat that in the kitchen. You need to get it away from me. I can't do that. I'm going to throw up all over again. I couldn't eat like most of the day. Ugh. That was awful.
Oh, that sucks. That's the worst. I'm just like, oh, rad food, but no.
Yeah.
No.
I've waited hours for this to cook, and now I can't eat it. So.
Gotta hate that. No, that's fucking miserable.
And then you're like, but you did this to yourself. It's your fault.
See, that's the moment where I'm like, past Matt, you're a fucking prick.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're like, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I totally will. Occasionally, for people who follow me on social media, you'll know when I'm drunk when I start tweeting at future Matt. Like, dear future Matt, tomorrow is going to suck. Signed, present Matt.
Yeah. Sorry.
My bad.
Oh, man. I'm so bad with Twitter. Do you use Twitter a lot?
I do indeed.
I mean, I feel like I kind of have to now because
you're famous.
I'm famous. But like everything blew up and then like I got like a bunch of Twitter followers and I'm like, well, now I feel like a dick if I don't like post something.
Right? Your witty insights.
Yeah. I can be funny.
Right?
I usually post all my funny things on Facebook, and I only use that for my friends and family. So I'm like, the world needs to know how funny I am.
Right? So what you should do, what I used to do before it got me banned all the time, was my Twitter was linked to my Facebook. So my tweets would automatically go to my Facebook page.
Yeah. Why did that get you banned?
Because occasionally I would retweet a porn link. And because I'm an asshole and I like to make funny comments on ridiculous porn links sometimes.
Yeah.
People will post something pornographic and I will quote tweet it.
Well, that's what's great about Twitter, though.
But the problem is that would end up on Facebook, and then Facebook would be like, oh, there's nudity in that. I'm like, but not in my actual tweet.
Yeah. The link.
Yeah, it got me banned during AVN. Right before AVN, I got banned for 5 days. I'm like, I need to be on Twitter. I need to be on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because that's the only place where my real life friends communicate with me.
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, that's all Matt Slayer. Facebook is real life.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's how I am.
So I need to have access to that. People just have to go to my fucking Twitter and my Instagram if they want to see that shit.
At least you just got Facebook jail. I've actually been kicked off Facebook before, which what a pain in the ass. Because again, for close friends and family, so I have all these photos that aren't just fucking selfies. It's
right.
Photos of my friends and my family, and then I got deleted, and I was like, you sons of bitches.
That fucking blows.
And they were for modeling photos that I don't even do nude. I do implied nude, which is allowed on Facebook.
Right.
And lingerie or whatever. So I don't know if I had just a couple people who were hardcore hating or what and kept reporting it, and then they kept deleting them, and I was like, I'm not disobeying the rules. So I kept re-uploading them, and I got banned, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Well, and that's the thing, it's inconsistent enforcement on Facebook, and I think they're automating some of it now, because literally I posted something and was Facebook jailed within 30 seconds of it posting. No one could have reported it that fast.
They're crazy. They have to do a better job with that. Same as Instagram. I haven't really had issues on Instagram, but just seeing all my friends who are I got deleted. My account got deleted for this post that is not at all breaking any rules. But a bunch of people got shitty and reported it, and then...
Well, yeah, and the problem is Facebook, Instagram, they don't care. They're just you'll be back.
Yeah.
Make a new account.
We're still making money. We don't care.
Right, because we are the product, not the user.
Yeah. Ugh. I was really hoping Vero would take off.
Yeah, me too.
But it doesn't seem like it's...
No, it was for half a second there, everyone's like, yeah, new Instagram.
Look, check out my Vero. And just died down real quick.
Though I do remember the panic for half a second when it posted your real name.
Oh my God. I was like, no. Because it was put your name, and it looked like it was this is going to be your private...
Right, your info, your email address.
And then it's going to ask me for my display name, which is different.
Well, yeah, because you popped up because of context. I'm like, who the fuck's that?
Yeah. Panic attack.
And then it changed to you. I'm like, oh, okay, that's
okay.
That's a real name. Yeah. Okay.
So funny. I love when people think that that's my real name, which happens a lot.
Well,
I guess Moon could be a last name, but it's not.
Well, it could be shortened of something else.
That's true. I don't know. Everyone calls me that, so that's it.
See, I at least go by my real first name, so that makes it real super easy.
Yeah.
But what sucks is when you get around my old school friends, they all call me by my legal last name because there were too many fucking Matts back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's just I brought a bunch of friends out to an Exotica or some shit, and they're calling me by my...
Yeah, they're yelling it across, and you're like...
Well, they referred to me by my legal name at a party, and everyone there was kind of like, who?
Who's that?
Who's that? And oh, Matt.
Slayer?
Yeah. Yeah. See, you have it right. Most people don't know your legal name, so they can't fuck off.
Yeah. I have a couple people... when I first moved out here, I would just go by my real name. So there's a couple people. I was Instagram living with... and I was getting ready for this. I did this bartending gig with an old friend that I haven't seen in a while. And she was just like, oh, I forgot, blurted out my real name's Famous. And I was like, nope.
Bitch, what are you
I
doing?
was like, shh,
Are you trying to get me stalked? What are you doing right now?
wrong with you? And I had to I was like, okay, we need to, no, don't do that.
No, we need to put an end to this right now.
Yeah.
Right the fuck now.
I'm going to cut this out immediately.
Like, if people learn my real name, it's inconvenient for me. For, a female, it's potentially dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, the second my stuff started going viral, I started, thinking, okay, now it's a little bit more, I have to make sure that I don't have this information, anywhere, because it's weird.
Yeah, you don't need some weirdo rolling into the club being like, what up?
Yeah, and I had a friend of the family, comment on something on Facebook, but it was a public post, and he was like, oh, you, blurted out my last name, you're always, doing stuff, blah, blah, and I was like, ha, ha, delete, and I, wrote him, and I was like, hey, I totally love your comment, I think it's great, but that's a public post on my Facebook, and I know that's probably confusing, because my Facebook is private, but that was a public post,
right,
and you can't post my last name on there, there's 20,000 people following me, and he's like, oh shit, sorry, and I was like, yeah, no problem, just don't.
Yeah, stop that shit. I occasionally have to yell at friends who will tag, because I have a fan page,
Yeah,
and they'll tag my real page in stuff that I'm promoting on the fucking, no.
Yeah,
that's
separate.
why.
Those are separate.
Yeah, that's why there's a fan page.
Yeah.
Tag that, please.
That's why I just made my Facebook page the same name, because I was like, it's way too confusing. It's getting, again, the fan page and that, it kept getting linked together, and I was like, everything's Lilly Moon. That's it. It's easier.
Yeah, Facebook's not about me changing my last name to Slayer.
Yeah. My whole family calls me Lily. That's my name now.
See, I've tried. I literally at one point tried to change it to Slayer, and Facebook's like, no. That is not a real last name.
I was waiting for them to come after me, because they came after my friend for her name. She goes by Madison Orange, and she's a famous LED hula hooper. And they got on her about it and made it change her to her real name. And she was like, one, this is my business, but two, this is dangerous. You can't do that. And she had to go through all these hoops to, prove to them that this is the name that she goes by for everything. And then they let her keep it. So I was waiting after I changed it. I was like, any day now, they're going to.
The majority of performers I know just go real first name and a middle name. And
Yeah.
Facebook lets them get away with that shit.
Yeah. I still wait for it. I'm like, one of these days.
One of these days they're going to come calling.
Moon's not your last name.
Zuckerberg's going to be knocking on the door like, yo, real name.
Liar.
Let me see that fucking ID, girl.
Yeah, right. So annoying. When most of the mail coming to my house is Lilly Moon. I'm like, look, proof.
You actually get mail coming to you?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that comes in the mail is Lilly Moon.
That's crazy.
Funny. I mean, my brother actually sent me, he sent me a Christmas card, but it was super, I didn't get it the first, oh no, I'm sorry. He sent me a thank you for because he had a baby, and I sent them a present. So him and his girlfriend sent a thank you card, and it said Lilly Moon on it. And I was like, that's funny. Just
hey,
you can
bro.
put my real name on it if you want. You're my brother.
Right. We know each other a minute. We shared a womb at one point.
Yeah.
Not at the same time, but.
Yeah, but you can if you want to. But I think it's funny. Or my boyfriend's parents thought my real name was Lilly Moon, because he introduced everyone oh, this is Lily, this is Lily.
How long were you two dating before you found out your real name?
I told him pretty much right away, but I mean, I told him Lily first, because I always we met on a dating site, so right away on a dating site, I'm like, my name's Lily.
Right.
Then if we actually start communicating more and we're knowing each other and meeting, then I'm like, okay, FYI, my real name is this, but I go by Lily pretty much in every situation.
So was it date 1, date 2?
I think I told him
post-coitus?
before we even met.
Oh, okay.
Just because we were legit talking, and I was like, all right, we're gonna meet. He's not crazy, which is my biggest thing. It's just gonna make sure they're not crazy, and then
Well, not fun crazy. A little fun crazy is
he's
good.
a little crazy, but in a good way. But yeah, then it got to a point where I was kind of giving him shit, because he only calls me Lily now, and I was like, you can call me my real name, you don't have to call me that. And he's like, well, I mean, that's how I met you. And then all his friends, and then his parents, and the first time I met his parents, like his mom was like asking me stuff and like about my name, and I was like, oh, that's not my real name. She's like, oh, it's not? And I was like, no. And I told her my last name, and she was like, oh. And then she's like, so it's Lilly. And I was like, no, that's not my real first name either. And she's like, wait, what? And I was like, your parents probably are like, who is this girl with her fake names? And
right. Is she going to rob...
all over the internet.
Is she going to rob our son?
Yeah.
This girl's scandalous.
This crazy girl that works at Jumbo's.
Well, at least they're not judgmental about that shit.
No, they're super cool. I mean, she asked me a lot of questions, and it was my first time meeting her, so I was so nervous. So I was like, oh, so how long do you work? Like, what do you do at work? And I was like, I dance on a pole for like 5 hours. I don't know. Like, you never know when you're meeting parents, like how like reserved they are or what, but they're like super cool.
My opinion is, fuck them, tell them the truth. And if they don't like it, you're not dating them.
That's true. Very true.
And if you're, involved with someone who needs that much of their parents' fucking approval, that's a red flag to fucking run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I understand being close with your family, but I don't understand living your life for your family.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
It's like, cool, you brought me into this world, you gave me some values.
But I'm an adult.
Right.
And
I'm going to make these choices. I enjoy being with this person. I'm going to be with this fucking person.
yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, you can tell me I told you so later on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his mom actually just asked him the other day if I have ever done porn.
Well, technically you have.
Technically I have. And that's what I said. I was like, did you tell her that I was in a porn? And he was like, no, I did not. And I was like, why not?
That's actually where we met.
Yeah, that's where we met. I'm so proud. I was so excited to go home and be like, Mom, Dad, I was in a porn. And they were like, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, well, let me explain. But I was in a porn. But I guess she was trying to show her friend like the video or something, and she like Googled Lilly Moon, something, and I guess Pornhub popped up. But like it's not even me. And me and him tried to search it ourselves and just see like what she possibly could have found.
Did she accidentally find Lily Lane?
No, there was like a Lily Spider or something, and like there was nothing that said Lilly Moon on there, and so I was like, I wonder what she came across, but tell her no. And he's like, I did tell her no, and I'm like, but tell her I was in a porn. I was in a porn. But then it's funny because I think it was my dad, or maybe it was a friend. My dad keeps sending me all the links. He keeps searching the internet, and every time he finds a new article, he sends it to me. But somebody sent me a link to porn. It made it to Pornhub's now. So there is my video on Pornhub. So now it would make sense for her to question that more.
Like the tamest thing ever on Pornhub.
Yes. Look at this stripper eating pizza, fully clothed. Wow.
I'm curious, why did you just never feel comfortable making the transition to porn, or because you're friends with people in the industry.
I am. I love being naked. I love I've loved like going to festivals that are like clothing optional and like running around like a crazy woman. I love it. I would do porn if I was in a committed relationship and was doing porn with that person and they were down to do it. The only reason I wouldn't, I'm very picky about like who I put in my mouth and things like that. And that's
nothing wrong with that.
I would already make a bad porn star because I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm only going to do this and this, but like this, and not you and not you and maybe you, but let's talk for a minute. Like I have to,
I need a connection with my male talent.
I need something like I've just flirted with the idea like a long time ago. I was like, I just could never. I couldn't. It wouldn't work. I'd be a terrible porn star.
Hey, there's zero wrong with it. I've said this on air many times. Like I've been in the biz going on 8-9 years at this point.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to be male talent because I have civilian friends like, dude, why aren't you trying to
Because they have no idea what it actually takes
right.
to be a porn star, which is super not sexy a lot of the time.
Especially for the dudes.
Yeah, especially for the dudes.
And I'm like,
I've explained that to guy friends before because they're like, oh, that'd be awesome. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, as I've said plenty of times, it's just, oh, no, I have no desire to do it. I like choosing who I have sex with. I often make really bad choices, but they're my choices.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I love porn. Love porn. And I like to appreciate that my friends do porn.
So what is your favorite kind of porn?
The last like 2 years, I like super love watching gangbang porn. And like every time I say that to someone, they're like, "Oh, you want a gangbang?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want a gangbang. I just love watching a girl get gangbanged."
Well, shit. I love watching crime movies. I'm not going to go rob a bank.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's just like watching it. It's good for her. Just taking it in all those holes.
All them hoes.
All them holes.
Shit. Yeah, no. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And there's obviously a market for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep making it.
Absolutely.
You got any?
What is your favorite kind of porn?
I'm actually pretty vanilla in my porn taste. I like just straight boy girl scenes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not into anything crazy. I'm a man of simple tastes.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like it old school. I like big fake tits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine changes every so often, but yeah, just the last couple years, I can't shake this gangbang porn thing. I'm like, it's my favorite thing to watch. I always think about when I'm in that moment and I'm like, oh, I gotta find like a new one, and I'm like just scouring the internet for like gangbang scenes, and I'm like, God, when I have to like take my laptop in to get fixed, and like the Geek Squad like looks at my fucking history, they're gonna be like, whoa.
They're gonna look at you, look at your history, and be like, she does porn.
Yeah. That's a safe assumption, especially in Los Angeles.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Any particular stars you're super into?
I have the biggest crush on Janice Griffith. Griffith.
Yeah.
Janice Griffith. Yeah.
Might be Griffin.
I haven't even watched much of her porn. One of my friends is friends with her. She posted a picture with her, and I was like, oh, she's so pretty. And then I just started following her on Twitter. That's honestly probably the main reason I've actually been on Twitter the last couple of years, is literally just to be like, what has she posted? I just think she's so cute. But yeah, people are like, oh, that's like your favorite porn star. And I'm like, no, I don't. I've seen a couple scenes of hers, but I really don't watch her much. I just think she's so cute.
Would the boyfriend be upset if you went and hit it?
I don't. I think he'd more so want to be involved.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
What red-blooded dude would be like, oh, my girlfriend's hooking up with a porn star and I would like to be in the mix.
I've had exes that are like, you can go hook up with girls, whatever. Like, my current situation is like, don't go off without me, which is great. I would love to have a threesome with him.
Would he be down for the devil's threesome?
No, he would not. I've brought it up to him in more of a joking fashion, because I don't know if I would.
Joking.
Yeah. No, I mean, if the right person, I'd be down for it. But I can't even think of anyone that I would want to bring in dude-wise, because it's easier for me to look at a girl and be like, yeah. And with a guy, I have to more so have like a connection there. So, yeah. I would super have a threesome with ladies with him, though.
Oh, shit. So, ladies, hit up Lilly on Instagram.
Yeah, FYI.
Slide into them DMs. Show her why her and her dude should get down with you.
Yeah. Show me the goods.
Yeah. Show me what you got.
I'm such a creep sometimes.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get in this business not to be a creep.
True. Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
Oh, goddamn.
I hope my parents listen to this.
Hey, I'll give them the link.
Yeah.
I'll post it right.
What kind of porn do you watch? Gangbang porn. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hey, my mom listens to this.
Oh, good. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, she's had the misfortune of, because I've talked about getting STDs on here, hookups, everything. Like,
oh, yeah.
Nothing's off limits.
You're like, look, this is real life.
Yeah, this is real life. I got nothing to fucking hide. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of that way on my Facebook, too. I'm like, y'all can be my friend, but just know that I don't hide my parents, like church friends, will add me on Facebook because they've met me a bunch of times. And I'm like, that's on you, man. But when I start, like, tweeting about my pubes, like, just know that that's going to be on there.
Right.
Be okay with that.
Hey, I know. We are Facebook friends.
Yeah. Yeah, you've seen what
I see what you post. See, on the other hand, my mom listens to this. I'm not Facebook friends with her.
Oh, interesting.
Like, nah. Sometimes I want to say some shit, and I don't need anyone who's genetically related to me to hear it.
That's fair.
So my sister.
I just say things,
yeah.
and sometimes while I'm typing them, I'm like, this might be weird for people. Oh, well, enter.
That's half my fucking podcast. Like, ooh, someone listening to this, this might get a little weird. Yeah. And I totally am fucking myself because I have all the podcast stuff on dating sites. Like, if you find me on a dating site, like, the podcast is front and center. Like, links to it, pictures from it.
Come hear about the STDs I've had.
Just the one. It happened one time.
It's gone now. It's fine.
It was gone a week later. I only potentially gave it to one person.
Oh, yeah, then you're good.
Yeah, that was all in all a bad scene. The listeners have heard it too many times. I'm not going to get back into it, but it was.
I can imagine.
It was a bad scene.
I've had a scare before, but
it was only chlamydia. It wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah. Luckily, I only had a kidney infection instead of an STD.
What STD did you think was going on with the kidney infection?
No, I mean, I just was like, what's happening? Because I've never really had issues down there. So I was like, oh, things are not good. What could it be? What did I do? And then
were you yelling at your dude like, what the fuck? Where'd you go?
No, we actually weren't dating for too long. And so I immediately started like being like, oh no, did I already have it? But I didn't know I had something. And then what if I give it to him? Like, that's a great first impression. How we just started dating and like, we've officially stopped using condoms and I gave you an STD or like something like that. But yeah, it just turned out to be a kidney infection, which I had for like 3 months because I went to like, just a little clinic and they were like, here's some antibiotics. This should take it up. It'll be gone. And it didn't go away. And so it came back with a vengeance and I ended up in the ER.
Oh, I remember that shit.
Yeah. I was so sick. Oh, that was awful. So I was like, oh, good. Wasn't an STD. It was worse. I would have rather had chlamydia and just wiped it out in a week than have, oh my God.
Well, on the pain factor, yeah. But the embarrassment, the damage to relationship factor.
That's true.
Most dudes are not super understanding about STDs. I didn't give a fuck. Like,
yeah, I feel like people are really like weird about it.
They super are. They
and I guess just someone who's me and you are both very open sexually and I mean even being friends with or part of like the porn scene, like you just know how it is. It's
a porno cold.
Yeah, it's nothing. It goes away. Like if you got something serious that you can't get rid of, like okay, that's an issue that you'll have to deal with, whatever. But I feel like people are so like, oh, disgusting. You're like, it's not that big of a deal. Like it happens.
Well, and that's how it fucking spreads because people won't talk about it because it's, oh my God, so embarrassing.
Yeah. No one will ever talk to me again. We're all adults.
Right. And honestly, what caused me to stop seeing the girl who gave it to me was she took no ownership in the situation. Like I came back dirty. I called her up and I'm like, hey, you need to go get tested. I came back dirty. You're the only person I've been sleeping with.
Yeah.
And her response was, you obviously got blackout drunk and fucked somebody else. Like, we have an established non-monogamous thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not upset.
Go to the fucking doctor.
Just make sure you're clean.
Shit. Yeah.
For you to instantly come back like, wasn't me.
That immediately says something about your, like, who you are. And it's like, yeah, no, we're done here.
Yeah, like, yeah, not sticking my dick in you anymore.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Because God knows what else you're not being told about or whatever.
Oh, well, that girl also, it turns out, like, had a private, like, Facebook group with her friends and was talking shit about me occasionally. Oh, and she actually, like, got drunk and accidentally posted it to her main Facebook. I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this?
Oh, my God. Bitches,
Hey, what can... As I said, sometimes I make poor choices of who I stick my dick in.
I've done that a lot of times with my vagina, so...
High five on that shit.
Yeah.
Poor sex choices.
Lots of them. That's okay.
If you had to quantify it, what was the worst mistake you've made with your vagina?
God. Let me just take a moment.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you just to have it off the tip of your tongue. Shit.
Jeez. I mean, it's more so just dating wise than I mean, I've had my slutty moments and been very proud to be like, whatever, I didn't give a shit about that person. But like in a dating situation where I stick around for way too fucking long and I'm totally mistreated and I'm like, that's fine. I like you, so I'll stay here.
It'll get better. It'll get better.
Those situations are where I regret my vagina being involved because it's one thing to meet someone and be like, you're cool, I'll sleep with you. And that was casual. This is cool. We're done. And it's another thing to stick around for months and be like, it could go somewhere. No, it can't. No, it fucking won't. Like, stop it. Take your vagina elsewhere.
Like, you have a vagina. It's a pretty good market for it. It is definitely a seller's market for the vagina.
Yeah.
You will have multiple bidders. It's
yeah. I've more so proud of myself because I'm like, well, I'm learning very much what I don't want a lot, especially in Los Angeles, a lot. Dating out here is a shit show.
Oh, I know. I've talked about this on air a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Absolute
It's
shit show.
Ridiculous. Like if you're trying to move to Los Angeles, find someone first, move out here with them, stay together.
Right.
You do not want to date out here.
Fuck no.
I got real lucky finding someone who's legitimately nice. It's really hard to find someone who's just nice and legitimate. And
or someone
use
who
you for something.
exactly
Anything. It's ridiculous.
Well, and it gets even harder when you're a dude involved with porn. Like I've had girls.
Oh yeah, because you could find a nice girl, but she's gonna be like, it makes me really uncomfortable that you work in porn.
Yeah, 100%. I met a super nice girl like 2-3 years ago. We were chatting. We hit it off. We were talking about fucking Prince over fucking like OkCupid or some shit. I'm like, oh, we should grab coffee. It'll be fun. She's like, okay, what's your Instagram? And that's where I fucked up.
Yeah, you're like, oh, here it is. Here's me with a bunch of hot porn stars.
Yeah, like she came back like an hour later. She's like, are you involved in porn? I'm like, I'm not a performer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ever be a performer. Yeah. Yes, I do work in the industry occasionally. She's like, I've met some dudes in the industry. Have a good life. I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't going to work anyway, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But it's like,
it's a shame though.
Yeah.
Because it's the stigma, really.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I was going on some dates with a girl recently, and she's into podcasts. I'm like, it's probably good that you didn't listen to this podcast before we went out.
Yeah.
Because you will totally get some...
Get to know me for 5 minutes before you hear it.
Yeah, before you hear me tell horrible fucking stories about hookups, STDs, me being a drunk asshole around the world.
But I'm a great candidate to date, I promise.
Like, I'm reliable. I pay my bills on time. My credit score's average. Which, hey, that's saying something in LA, right?
That's saying something anywhere right now, I think.
Right. I'm not horribly bogged down in, like, horrible debt. Like,
yeah.
I can buy
You're
you...
doing pretty good for yourself.
I can buy you a slice of pizza and a whiskey.
Yeah. Done. Perfect.
Right?
Yeah. It's always been, I work at a bikini bar. Like, I don't, because I know a lot of guys' things is like, oh, well, you take your clothes off for me. Okay, well, I don't even take my clothes off. I just dance in outfits. Like, I don't take my clothes off, and it's still like stigma. Like,
even if you did, whatever, fuck them.
I know. I'm like, I'm not. Guess where I'm going afterwards? Home to you. I'm not going out with anyone. I'm going to this place that I'm completely safe in, where I have bouncers that are literally paid to make sure that nobody touches me or looks at me wrong.
Right.
Whatever. I'm safe there than I am walking down the street.
Dude.
But so many guys in like dating world have been like, oh, well, what do you do there? I'm like, I dance there. That's what I do.
Or you pizza on a pole.
Yeah. Or I sit down on my ass and I pizza. Like that's it.
I don't get that mentality. It's like, hey, dude, guess what? Your girl has a bunch of dudes just throwing money at her.
Throwing money.
Literally throwing money at her. And guess who she gets to come home to? When that guy is back at home jerking off to your girl, you're actually having the real thing.
Yeah,
you're not even having the fantasy version. You're having the real version, the real person who has interests away from, hi, what do you got going on?
I'm so interested in your fucking job and your family. No, I don't care.
Right, exactly. But it's your job to present that fantasy to them.
Yes, exactly.
You get the real deal. And what's that? How is that not awesome?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, when me and my boyfriend first started dating, he's doesn't, was never involved in any part of that scene. So it like no clue and, wasn't super judgy as much as he was like, I just don't know much about it. And I was like, okay, well, trust me when I say.
Hey, at least he was willing to keep an open mind.
Yeah.
I mean, how many dudes have you met out here who were just like, I'm out?
Yeah. That were just like, oh, you're just a stripper. Or, oh, like, you'll probably fuck me because you're a stripper. I was like, if I would have fucked you because I want to fuck you, not because I dance on a stage. Like, totally irrelevant, actually.
Yeah, hell.
I know a lot of dancers who are like, I don't even really like sex because I work in a situation where men are consistently annoying me and it actually turns me off. And when I go home, I don't want to fuck anybody.
That makes so much sense.
I'm like, oh, wow, I hope I don't get to that point because I really like sex.
Yeah, at that point, you just be like, I'm going to find another career.
Yeah.
Because at the point where, like...
Yeah, the second you don't like it anymore, don't do it.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Like, I'm in a group of dancers, like, where we all just get together and talk, and it's, like, all over the world dancers. And, some of them will post sometimes and just be like, I just hate it. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. I've never hated dancing. And I don't know if it's like they're, depending on where they live or depending on their club or, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables there.
And like there's rules are different everywhere. So I don't know. But it like makes me sad to see those posts because I'm like, oh, I fucking love my job. That's why I do what I do because I love it.
Well, I can imagine that like at the point where, a dancer feels trapped and like, this is all I can do.
Well, and it's hard to get out of dancing. So I've been told. I haven't tried, but I can't imagine going to a normal job and getting paid what I get paid.
No, probably not.
So, but I also don't want to. So there's that. But I could see how they could like try to be like, okay, I'm going to go get a job at, restaurant or clothing store and be like, this sucks.
Well, and they probably met some dude who's super judgmental and is like, oh, I don't want you dancing anymore. Because it's always cool to date a dancer until
you're dating
the dancer. Yeah. Like, I've watched it with so many like dancers, porn performers, like, especially with rock and roll dudes, like band dudes are all about dating like sex workers until
they're doing it.
Until they're doing it.
I don't want you fucking other people. And you're like, but that's literally my job.
And that's what I was doing when you met me.
Yeah. You cannot come to me after the fact and say you don't like it.
Yeah, there's no ex post facto on this shit.
Why you liked me in the first place.
100%. Like, I had conversations with performers I've dated where it's like, I'm okay with dating a performer because you were a performer when we met. I might have a problem if I was just dating some civilian and they're like, I want to do porn now. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, no.
Well, we need to have a discussion about this.
Yeah. I think I'm involved in this decision.
Right. But if I met you and you're a dancer or a performer or whatever, it's like, no, I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I signed up for.
Yeah.
It is completely hypocritical to be upset about it now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I feel the same. As I burp.
Oh, no.
Cute.
You're a real girl with fucking bodily functions?
Real girl. Oh, so many bodily functions. I'm a disgusting human.
Aren't we all?
Everyone knows.
Well, cheers to that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I've literally watched like band dudes get upset with performers that they're dating about scenes that happened before they started dating.
Ugh. No bueno. How dare you fuck this person 2 years ago and we met 6 months ago?
Right? But I love you.
Yeah. Oh, humans are funny.
Humans are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We're fucking stupid.
Very stupid.
Seriously, as much as I believe this consciously, I'm sometimes when it's tested, the feels sometimes get it. But it's like, hey, guess what? If I'm dating someone and I wouldn't be upset with someone cooking them an amazing meal and them getting pleasure from that, why should I be upset with them getting another dick that brings them pleasure?
Yeah.
That releases dopamine.
Yeah. And at the same time, how many like vaginas has your dick been in? So especially
like two.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Especially as like a band member, like y'all are known for sleeping around, and that may not necessarily be you, but probably fucked a handful of people in your day. So,
I was label management. I was never a performer.
Where do you go? Like, how do you have that argument of like, how dare you fuck that person years ago when you didn't know me, but I fucked everyone I fucked, and that's okay.
Well, it's ye old timey shit. Like, I totally understand. Like, back in the day when we didn't have condoms, we didn't have penicillin, a loose woman might kill a motherfucker.
Yeah, and now it's like, fuck them all, fuck everyone.
Right. No, honestly,
fuck everyone.
The worst thing you have to worry about is pregnancy for the most part.
Yeah.
HIV, I mean, I don't wish on anybody, but it isn't even really a death sentence anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
18 years of child support, that's a death sentence.
And them just harassing you after they're 18 too.
Oh, they can lose my number at that point.
I have to go to college.
No, you don't. Your dad didn't go to college. Fuck that.
Oh my God, so funny. I like my parents always like growing up, like my brother and my sister were like, they just were like the good kid, like, I mean, obviously they had their moments and stuff, but it was like, oh, good grades and go to college. And I was like, I got a C. So excited. And they were like, go to college. And I was like, no, I don't want to. And they were like, you have to go to college so you get a good job. And I was like, Dad didn't go to college. He owns his own business. And they were like, well, yeah, but...
That is the middle class propaganda.
Yeah, and they were like, but you should because you have better chances. And I was like, no, you own your own job and you did it. So I don't want to.
The only reason I regret not going to college is for networking purposes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the people I could have met at college, the experience of college itself, not the education.
Yeah.
Just the social aspect of it.
That's fair.
That's the only thing I missed out on.
I just think about all the like slutty parties that I missed out on. I didn't have my slutty time until after I moved to Los Angeles, and like I was very prude actually for a long time. Everyone in high school first started like hooking up, and I was like, oh, that sounds terrifying.
What age did you lose your virginity?
I actually lost it. I felt like I was young. I think it was young still. I was 15, but I told my quote unquote boyfriend we were dysfunctional as hell because he's insane, like clinically. And but of course I was like, I like him. He's weird. He's
eclectic.
Yeah. He was like 16 and had a beard, and I was like, hello, I've loved beards my whole life. It's not something I can get away from.
Down, Lily, down.
Sorry.
I'm not just a piece of meat over here.
Yeah, you're going to have to back up in a second. But, yeah, I was 15, and I told him, if we're together for a year, then I will have sex with you. We were dysfunctionally together, but we were technically like.
He was like marking days off his calendar,
yeah,
like
he's like, I'll be mean to her, but I'll keep her around for a year.
Oh shit! It's pussy day. Woo!
So yeah, I lost my virginity with him, and then I was still always like, oh, my number, and so like after him, like I slept with somebody and was like, okay, now I've had sex with 2 people, and like I would always count it. And then, like, all my friends had, like, their slutty stages. And I was like, you guys are sluts. Like, what's wrong with you? And then I moved to Los Angeles and was like, I'm fucking people. Like,
you're like, what was wrong with me?
Yeah. And, like, then it got to a point where, I mean, I've still met people that are like, oh, like, how many people have you had sex with? And I'm like, oh, how many people have you had sex with? And, like, my number's way higher. And they're like, wow. And I'm like, fuck you. I don't give a shit. I'm proud.
I honestly don't even know my number anymore.
I have a black book, and it has everyone's name in it.
Does it have their penis size too?
No, but there's like little like
Holy shit, you have a book of grading people, don't you?
Kind of. It's just like there's little like nicknames, just so I remember them. I mean, I've looked back at it and be like, Tim, who the fuck is Tim? And then I have to like think back. But some of them have like nicknames, and like I'm like, oh, I'll never forget Clammy Hands because they were.
Ew.
Yeah, like. Hey, like he's just in there as Clammy Hands. I don't even remember his name. It's in there, but next to his name is Clammy Hands, and that's how I know him. And it was super awkward, and he got really upset when I didn't text him back afterwards. Sorry, your hands were clammy. And
Gotta dry your hands, bro.
it was weird.
Gotta dry your hands a little bit. Just rub them on your jeans or something.
Yeah. And I mean, he was like, in general, very sweaty, which is fine. Like, you're a guy and you're working out. Essentially, you could be sweaty, but his hands were clammy the whole time. Like the whole time I was there, not just during sex. I was like, oh,
well, they can't
stop
be
touching me.
like hot sweat's one thing, cold sweat's another.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. There's baby balls.
What?
There was a guy that me and my friend who referred to as baby balls. He just had these. They're so little. I'm cupping my hands just so everyone knows. We also call them chicken nuggets because they looked like little baby McDonald's chicken nuggets. And I hope that she listens to this and like cries laughing because we haven't talked about it in years. This happened years ago when I first moved out here, but he started like stalking me afterwards. He was the one that was like, I don't know if we should hook up because I don't want a relationship. And I was like, neither do I. I just want to fuck you.
I want to get off.
Yeah. Like I just kind of, he was like nothing at all like my general type that I go for. And for some reason I was like, of course I worked with him, which was stupid. I've had a tendency to shit where I eat multiple occasions and it never works out well. And I tried to learn from it, but I don't. But, yeah, so I was like, I don't want a relationship with you either. And we had sex and like, all of a sudden started being like, you never want to hang out with me anymore. And I was like, it's been like 3 days. Calm down.
You needy bitch.
He like showed up at my apartment and was like, nope. We're done here. Stop it.
So in your slutty phase, I gotta know, did you go to their place or did you bring them back to yours?
A lot of times I would have people to well, I guess it was 50-50. I loved having people at my place because I just loved having my own fucking place. Like I scored and had a 1-bedroom in Koreatown. It was a 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It had 3 closets. It was so cheap. It had a really
Why'd you ever move out of that place?
They had a new management company buy the building, and they just started giving me shit for everything. And I was like, fuck you guys.
They're like, we want to jack the rent. Get out.
Well, yeah. So they were trying to like basically piss everyone off because they had bought a few of the buildings surrounding that area, and they did kick everyone else out, and they fixed them up, and they made them way more expensive. It was like $1,000 for a studio. Meanwhile, I'm paying like $850, all utilities included, for my 1-bedroom, 2-bath, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere, and I didn't for a long time. But then I was like,
they would have had to get me out at gunpoint.
Oh, I was so fucking annoyed.
Seriously, they would have had to roll in guns pointing, like, get the fuck out.
I did fuck with them though, because since we had all utilities included, I mean, everyone had like air conditioning units in their window because they didn't have them in the apartment. Well, they went around to everyone they saw from outside and were like, everyone needs to take out their air conditioning unit. It's tampering, or it's altering the apartment building. And I was like, it's not altering shit. We're all dying. Like, what are you talking about? You can't do that. So I pulled it into the window. I had a little desk or like a side table that was just perfect height as the window. So I pulled it in to on the desk, and then I cardboarded like the rest of the window, and so that they couldn't see it from standing out in the alleyway. And then instead of just running it when I needed it, I ran it all fucking day and night just to rack up the electricity bill for them.
Should have just ran in your shower 24/7 too.
Oh yeah, I'd leave all the lights on when I left. I was like, oh, you guys want to play? That's fine, let's play. I don't give a shit.
It's like, this is pre-drought, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Oh, are we running out of water? Oh.
Oh.
I see an ocean next to us. No, yeah, and then finally my friend just offered me like a really good deal, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna save so much money, I'll just do that.
And you moved to fucking Arizona.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I still give you shit about living out.
I know. I only did it because it's so cheap.
There's a reason it's so cheap.
I know. but I'm never there. I bought a car so that I can get to and from there, like without worrying about breaking down. And then, I mean, before I met my boyfriend, I was staying in my friend's guest bedroom. I was just.
Oh, I know. I offered you couch space at one point.
I was all like, I literally had never. I don't think to this day I've been home more than 3 days in a row. Like.
See, now that you've actually seen my pad, you're like, damn, I should have taken him up on that couch space.
If I love you, babe, but if we ever break up, I'll be like, I gotta need a couch. Or if we ever get in a fight.
It's cool. I haven't met your dude, so I owe him nothing. So
like, sorry, dude.
Sorry, dude.
No.
Sorry, anonymous dude. I occasionally see pictures of on Facebook.
Yeah. Luckily enough, though, I mean, I have tons of friends that, like, right off the bat were like, if you need a place to crash, you can crash here. I had a friend that stayed with me so many times before she moved out here that now that she has her own place, I'm like, I can stay with you whenever I want.
Right.
So you know.
You owe me.
And she's like, yeah, of course you can. I'm like, okay, just so you know. Because she's came out for, like, a month here and there. And I was like, oh, my pad, crash on my pad. Whatever.
She a Chicago expat, too, or?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See, I keep trying to convince more and more people from Chicago, like, come out, visit me, stay on my couch.
Well, so many people complain, too. I mean, I have a lot of Chicago friends that are like, oh, you're so lucky. And I'm like, I'm not lucky. I just got up off my ass and fucking moved because I wanted to.
Right, I made the fucking decision.
You live one time. Just do it if you want to do it, or you're going to be miserable later.
Right. Do not get fucked by your ancestors' decision to stay in one place.
Yeah. You can go wherever you want to. You
Right.
really can. You can make it happen. I had $1,000 when I came out here. I had no place to live. I had no job. I came and crashed with a friend for a couple weeks, found a job, got a little shitty apartment, and slowly went up from there. My bachelor apartment was like 5 feet by 5 feet, and I left the front door open 24/7 because I was so claustrophobic in there that I lived in a closet. I couldn't fold my futon down and open my bathroom door at the same time. So I had to fold it up so that I could open the door all the way. It was so small.
We were totally selling LA life so well.
Yeah, but, it's worth it.
Right?
I would have never given it up, though. I was so happy. I was like, I have my own place in Los Angeles. Like, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want.
See, I wish my buddy the first time I came out to LA, a buddy of mine was living in Venice with his brother in a converted 2-car garage.
Nice.
And they were paying $1,500 a month for a converted 2-car garage.
Oh, God.
And I came out to visit from Chicago, and I had a condo in Chicago at that point. I'm like,
Yeah, that's the only thing. I have friends who are like, I have a 2-bedroom in Chicago, and I pay this much. And I'm like, oh, you can get maybe a 1-bedroom in a not great area for them.
right. Like, I had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot condo in Chicago. I came out to visit. I'm like, you motherfuckers are sharing a converted 2-car garage. You don't actually have a door. You have a padlock on a chain link fence.
And they're like, but it's worth it.
But we're 5 blocks from the beach, bro. And the problem was, like, my first couple trips to LA, all I was exposed to was Venice and their shitty living condition.
Yeah. So you're not like...
And I'm like, this is LA? And
right.
we were only drinking in, like, tourist bars on Venice Beach. So I'm like, in 2007, 2008, like, $10 a drink? I'm from Chicago. Fuck. Like, I will go broke drink. Well, I mean, I still will go broke drinking in LA, but
You're like, that's my own choice, though.
that's my own poor life choices. But yeah, I was just like, no, fuck this town. And then when I moved to Vegas in 2011, a bunch of my Chicago friends moved to LA, and I would come out here to visit them all the time. I'm like, oh.
And started seeing all that LA has to offer.
It's like K-Town, Hollywood, downtown. Those are all fucking fun.
Yeah.
And Venice is still fun to visit now, but I couldn't imagine living in a converted 2-car garage that, like, is open air and with a chain link fence.
Yeah.
I just can't live like that.
Yeah. I was never, I mean, I'm not a huge beach person either. So I was always like, oh, those towns, they're overpriced. I don't care about the beach. I don't want to live near the beach, whatever. And then, like, now that I'm, like, in Santa Monica most of the time, I'm like, okay, I get it. There's a lot of, like, cool places to go. I'm not in a converted garage
Right.
as a home. But, I mean, the only time I go to the beach is, like, we'll go on a bike ride on, like, a Sunday. Like, it's our thing to go on a bike ride on a Sunday. so that we can go find a brunch place and get fucking wasted.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and then ride our bikes a little bit. I'm like, look, we're exercising and we're doing brunch and we saw the beach. That's pretty. I don't want to go near that water, but like we're there. Or like go to like the workout area in Santa Monica.
Oh, like Muscle Beach down in Venice,
Yeah.
or
No, there's one in Santa Monica, and it's smaller.
it's like Yuppie Beach.
They have the giant rope thing, and I kept passing it, and I was like, I could climb that. And I kept, I want to climb that.
I'm sure you can.
I did it.
You climb poles, and rope's easy.
I climbed the rope twice in 10 minutes, and both of my feet, my one foot has like a huge round scar on it because I just tore my feet apart because I was actually wearing these boots, which are like silky.
Why would you wear those boots to climb?
Well, because I was wearing them to ride my bike.
Why,
And then
why would you wear those to ride a bike?
Oh, because I thigh
Look.
highs forever.
She's like, I gotta be sexy everywhere.
I wear thigh highs every day of my life. Mostly because I don't like to shave my legs, and 2, because my legs are consistently bruised, and I'm so pale that it's like white and then like bruise, and it's like, oh, did you get beat? There's like 7 bruises down my legs. So,
No, it's just that pole dancing life, yo.
yeah, always look like I got beat.
Somebody's into it.
It's true. Someone will like it.
Well,
But
thankfully you found a dude who's into it, so.
yeah, I'm like, babe, look, more bruises. I'm gonna tell everyone you did it.
Who beats someone just about the inner thighs and legs?
Who knows? I mean, I get a lot on my knees, so I can just say that's my fault.
Well,
Good for him.
yeah, exactly. That's a good time. Gotta get rid of that carpeting.
Yeah. So good.
Just checking out the art.
I am.
That's all my roommate's good taste, not mine.
Oh, okay.
I'll freely admit that.
Not you at all.
No. The movies and movie posters, that's all me.
Oh, got it. Cool.
So it's like the home theater, that's
Yeah.
Matt.
Josie and the Pussycats. You.
Like
Art.
crazy street art, roommate.
I haven't done anything in a long time. I'm so lazy. I try to do everything. That's my problem. I'm like, oh, street art. That looks fun. And then I start doing street art. And then I'm like, oh, sewing. Like, I have my Etsy account. I make things. Oh, I'm going to do that. And then
Tell me about your Etsy account. Like, I see you post shit, but I don't know shit about it.
I've been sewing since I was little. So my mom bought me a sewing machine when I was younger, and it seemed so complicated to me, which is funny now, like trying to thread it. It was like a nice sewing machine and I know that now. And like I was little and I was like, oh, whatever. And I tried to thread it and I was like, it's so complicated. I don't want to do it. I'll just do it by hand. That's what I'm used to. I'm
fucking needlepoint and shit?
Yeah, so I was just like, I would buy like band shirts or whatever, and like they're giant. And especially then, they didn't like make cute girl shirts.
Yeah, there were no baby doll tees back in the day.
So I would just get these like big shirts, and I'd cut down the sides and I'd sew them up. I mean, it would take me so long just to fucking hand sew the whole side up and then the whole side down. And after I moved out here, I was just kind of like, I know how to sew. I can make like throw pillows and like, you know, like fun little things. And I found like the fabric from The Shining and was like, it'd be cool to like, you know, everyone, like if you love that movie, you love that movie.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So when I found that fabric, I have to, like, it's basically custom made and it's expensive, but I mean, that's my most popular thing that I sell is like anything with this fabric. And so I started making throw pillows, and then it was like, I went and got my sewing machine out from my parents. And when I threaded it, I was like, wow, this is super fucking easy. Like, I was just like a little kid that was like, oh, it seems so complicated. It like took me 5 seconds. I was like, there's arrows that tell me where to put the goddamn thread.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's so dumb easy. But yeah, so I started making throw pillows, and then it was like, okay, now I have like excess fabric after I made throw pillows, and like I don't want to toss it. I want to do something with it. So I was like, oh, I'll make a hair bow because you don't need a lot of fabric. Like, oh, I make these little purses because you don't need like a ton of fabric. Now I make bow ties because someone asked. They were like, oh, I bought your hair bow and I thought it was a bow tie. Can you make a bow tie? And I was like, I mean, it's basically the same thing. I just need to get like the different clasp for it. So I like got some and was like, yeah. So I'm like, well, I'll throw that up there now. I'm like, sure, I make those too. So yeah, I just try to do a little of everything. And then I love painting, but I haven't actually painted in probably like 2 months because
Why the fuck not?
my studio's at home. Like my boyfriend paints too, but he hasn't painted in forever. And I'm like, oh, we should paint together. Let's paint. Let's have a painting night. And then we don't. And like he also composes music, and I love music, but I just kind of dabble. So I'm like, let's make music together. And so like I just want to do 50 projects at once, and then I end up like not doing anything because I've been getting Etsy orders. So I'm like, okay, I'm either at home sewing, or then I'm like going to work, or I'm going fucking home to do 7 loads of laundry. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking binge watch Netflix now and eat.
What are you watching on Netflix, anyways?
I'm watching Ozark right now because I'm late to the game.
You are definitely late to the game. That's been out for like a year.
I know, I'm super late to the game. And then I'm late to the game with everything. So I'm finishing up Westworld.
Season 2 just started last night.
Yes, because season 2. Because my boyfriend's like, you better fucking finish season 1 or I'm watching season 2 without you. And I'm like, no, you are not, sir.
Season 1's amazing.
Yeah. So I don't know how I didn't watch that. Like, nobody recommended it to me. I always find these shows myself. I hear everyone talking about it, but no one's like, you need to watch this. So then one day, like a year later, I'm like, oh, everyone watched that, so I'll check it out. And then I'm like, oh, it's so good.
Sorry, I was a bad friend there.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Thanks.
I'm a bad friend.
Next time something comes out, let a bitch know.
Barry's pretty rad.
What is?
Barry?
Barry.
It's a new HBO show. Oh, fuck, what's the actor's name? But basically the plot of it is he's a reluctant hitman. He comes out to LA to do a job and ends up in an acting class and decides he wants to be an actor, but he's still stuck being a hitman.
Oh, that's hilarious. That sounds good.
Yeah, it just started. It's like 5 episodes deep. So get in now.
Okay. Yeah, good. Perfect. I'll do that.
Barry's pretty rad. Archer's starting back up if you're...
Is it?
Yep.
I have to catch up on what am I thinking of? Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Which is going away, sadly.
Is it?
Stars canceled it.
Why would you do that? It's so funny.
No fucking idea. And the worst part is that they're still doing ad campaigns to like check out Ash versus Evil Dead. Like, motherfuckers, you just canceled it.
Yeah, don't do that and then promote it.
This is the last season, you cunts.
That's depressing. That makes me sad.
But yeah, like Bruce Campbell's been posting on social media, like, I've been playing Ash for almost 30 years, so...
So fuck it, I guess.
Well, he's like, it's been a great adventure.
He's gonna pop up somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Especially now, like, after coming back and doing all that. And
well, he was on Burn Notice for the whole run of Burn Notice also.
That's true. But Ash vs. Evil Dead.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, like, Bruce Campbell is not gone anywhere.
I also love that, and I don't know her name again because I don't know any actresses and actors' names, but the chick who played Xena, the fact that she...
Lucy Lawless.
Yeah. The fact
I knew that
she
one.
was in Ash vs. Evil Dead. I mean, when she popped up, I was like, oh, that's Xena, the warrior princess. And people were like, is it really? And I was like, yes it is. Yes, it is. Look at her. I would never forget that. I was obsessed with that fucking show. My dog's name is Xena. She's a warrior princess.
Nice. Did you ever see Euro Trip?
I don't know. I feel like I saw part of it, but I don't think I was really paying attention.
Okay, because there's a point where Lucy Lawless plays like the madam of a sex dungeon.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, in Amsterdam. It's ridiculous.
She would.
That whole movie's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, uncredited cameo by Matt Damon playing like the punk.
I'm Matt Damon. I can't not Team America if it comes up. I have to.
Nothing wrong with that shit.
Although I'm like the worst. I quote everything. Like just anything that happens and like something pops in my head that's like unrelated but related. And then nobody understands what I'm saying. And I'm like, that's cool. I look stupid. That's fine.
No. They didn't get it. They look stupid.
That's fair. I mean, like, I quote like Kung Pao all the time, which most people have not seen.
I've seen it. I'm not a fan.
Really? Oh, I think it's hysterical.
That movie is 90 minutes long and has an intermission in it, and it needed it because the pacing was so bad. I saw that shit in theaters, and when the intermission happened, I'm like, holy fuck, that's needed. And I went, wait a minute, we've only been in here for like 45 minutes. What the fuck?
Okay, what about Club Dread?
I like Club Dread. I like Broken Lizard shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their strongest work. I like Super Troopers and Beer Fest much better.
Really? The Club Dread is my favorite, which I've gotten
Really?
shit for. I just think it is so funny. I quote that all the time, too. But a lot of people who've seen Super Troopers don't know what Club Dread is. I mean, most of the time when I bring it up, people have no idea. And I'm like...
See, like, I've watched all the Broken Lizard movies, but
Yeah.
Club Dread is just...
Oh, my God.
I gotta go see Super Troopers 2 tomorrow night, actually.
Is it out already?
It came out on 420.
Oh, that would make sense. I'm so, like, uninvolved in, like, what movies come out. I'm constantly having people be like, we have to go see this. And I'm like, when does it come out? And they're like, it came out 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go see it. Sounds great.
So, Avengers Infinity War comes out on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Because those always come out near my birthday.
Oh.
Noises.
Yeah, the laptop does that occasionally.
Mine always makes that noise, like, constantly. Because it's always trying to tell me to update it. And I'm like, later.
But yeah, Infinity War's out Friday.
Definitely got to see that. I did see The Quiet Place.
What'd you think?
The movies a lot. I feel like I can't say things because, like, spoiler alerts.
Okay, so the audience at home.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. Spoilers happening in 3, 2, 1, go.
Did he have to fucking die? He didn't have to fucking die.
No, he didn't have to fucking die.
Not at all.
I really disliked the movie, actually.
I just kept questioning stuff. Like, first of all, why the fuck did you have a baby? Why did you get pregnant?
Right. That is
Are you dumb? Are you just trying to make up for the fact that y'all killed one of your kids?
No, because the pregnancy happened before.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, see, me, I wasn't paying attention because I kept turning to my boyfriend and asking questions. I'm that person. I ask questions throughout the movie, and he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, but why would they have a baby?
No, that was absolutely fucking dumb. That, and the problem was, like, most horror movies, the protagonists are idiots. They're dumb college kids partying, whatever. So when they do stupid shit, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
These protagonists were absolutely portrayed as being smart people. Like, I'm building shit from a book. I'm building electronics from a book. I'm a smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in condoms, apparently. So the baby pissed me...
Or like Plan B.
Or anal.
Like the abortion pill, which I'm sure you could raid a place and get that if you really needed it.
Or learn how to do abortion from a book.
Yeah.
Like, you can build hearing aids, you can do an abortion.
Yeah. Yeah. I overall, I mean, I liked it was different-ish. So, I give him that. But, like, when I was like, why would they have a baby? Why would they do that?
Right. Why would you...
trying to be quiet. There's no fucking way you're going to keep a baby quiet, ever.
Right. Well, that was part of the problem was, once the baby was born, the baby's only loud in, like, one scene.
Yeah. And of course, I'm the person that's, like, thinking realistically of, like, the years to come. So, okay, so as a baby, that's for, like, a full year and a half. And then the baby starts learning to talk, but the baby's also a baby. So they're going to throw fucking tantrums. They're going to not listen to you. You take it out to the store because you have to get stuff, and it's going to flop on the floor and throw a fucking fit, and you're going to die.
And everyone's going to die.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to die. So
you had a baby.
See, I honestly feel like they could have done the same thing with better execution and just been like, oh, she got knocked up after the invasion. Like, and that would have been a great point of conflict. Like, oh, the invasion happened and I knocked her up. Whoops.
Yeah.
But to have it like 120 days after the invasion, it's like, in what fucking world? In what fucking world?
Yeah.
So we'll go there. On top of it, the fact that the monsters are inconsistent, like their abilities are inconsistent, like they react to sound, right? So they just kind of blindly thrash out at sound, Why are they not at the river 24/7 just slapping the river?
Yeah, exactly. Or like there's like a scene where like birds are just like flying out and I'm like, where are they now? Why aren't they jumping into the air trying to get the fucking birds?
Right.
Anything
Right.
that's happening.
And if you're so fucking smart, why aren't you living in a van down by the river? Like,
Living in a van down
by the river.
Or have a system in place where since you've rigged up these lights that are like change color when need be, rig up a system on the other side of fucking town that plays music and that like turns off and then on so it consistently like keeps their attention over there. I don't know, just
Wind chimes.
yeah,
Fucking wind chimes.
Yeah, you could do many things. But when he fucking killed himself at the end, I was pissed. I was like, it's just over now. They just go back to the mom and they hug and like it's just
Well, it was way stupid before then. Like I almost in the first scene I was like out of it. Like they have all these newspapers that are like expository information, like in blah blah blah, they're invulnerable, invaded. Like, you know what's really fucking loud? Industrial printing presses.
Yeah.
Really fucking loud.
Yeah.
Oh, and how did they get those papers? Because I obviously didn't drive trucks full of papers to them.
Yeah. That's why you're all dead now.
Right. Like,
for you.
How the fuck did you assholes get these papers?
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm always the person that's like, that doesn't make any sense because if it was like that, then this would happen and blah, 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 blah. And my boyfriend's like, it's a movie. And I'm like, shh.
It doesn't mean it can't be a better written movie.
Yeah, if we're trying to be entertained, I want to expect that like this could happen. Or
Well, and that's the thing. Like some of it just is better execution. Dead serious. If they had had her knocked up, if they had changed it back like 200 days, been like, this is day 150 of the invasion. Like, oh shit, she's pregnant. Like she was pregnant before the invasion.
oh shit, that's unfortunate.
Like that's unfortunate.
handle this?
How are they going to handle it? It's a point of conflict.
Yeah.
Day 453. Oh, you motherfuckers are irresponsible and did this shit well into the invasion.
Yeah.
Or the whole stupid nail thing. The nail thing pissed me off because it's like, oh, hey, smart character, you just tore your bag on something. You're not going to investigate what the fuck that is.
You're not going to see what just happened.
And then they show us the nail. I'm like, cool. We all know what's going to happen now. There's no suspense. It's happening.
Yeah.
Then no one else steps on the nail the rest of the fucking movie.
Oh, that made me so angry because right after she stepped on it, I'm like, that's when you fix it. That's when you take something and bend it back. But no, at one point she's like, watch for the nail or like something.
No, she never.
She doesn't?
No.
I thought she did it like once. But like, fix it.
And honestly, you could have accomplished the exact same thing.
About your children. That's all I'm saying.
You could have accomplished the exact same thing that nail stepping on happened with her pregnant ass who just, her water broke. She's panicking. She could have just tripped and fell down the stairs and had the exact same scene, and it would have been a surprise to the audience.
Yeah.
Instead of like, we all know the nail's coming.
Yeah, because you're like mid-stare. You go into a contraction. You could be like, oh.
Right. Fall.
Yeah.
And break the glass. Oh, now the monsters are coming. Like,
Yeah.
It was contrived. The whole hearing aid hurts the monsters thing was like, well, I know how this is getting resolved now. And that was the other thing. Like, the monsters are inconsistent. They're in the grain silo. The thing is piercing a steel door.
Yeah.
A scene later, they're in a goddamn pickup truck.
And it's shaking it. And
like-
it can't get into the truck.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, it's like, this is so poorly written. And everyone I know who loves it's like, but I was so engaged. And that's how horror movies get you. Is they're like, they engage you in emotion. Action, jump scares. They engage you in emotion so you don't.
He kills himself at the end, so you're sad.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say that it didn't make me sad. That part, I was like, why? Why? But I was annoyed about it more. Like, I was sad at the I'm a woman, I can't help but have emotions for this. But why the fuck would you do? You didn't have to do that.
See, as a dude, I was like, you brought this on yourself, you dumb motherfucker.
You stupid.
You're a stupid ass. Like, you're the one like, I'm going to send my son to fire off the rockets.
Yeah. While the mom is like, where are the kids? They'll figure it out.
Or, hey, there's running water into the pit. Like the soundproof pit I just made. Huh, I didn't notice that. Like,
I just wake up in a giant pool and my child is almost drowning.
Well, and that was inconsistent too, because like they had the child covered, and then when it was like floating, all of a sudden there was no cover on the child. But the child's not screaming in any way, shape, or form. That
and
movie.
Babies literally cry like every 3 hours when they're first born.
Yeah, especially when you try to put an air mask on them.
I was like, are they seriously going to put this baby in a box? Like, what are they doing? And I was like, okay, I guess they have an air mask for it, but like, that's super fucked up. Like, everyone kind of laughed. Like, it was like, really?
Well, on top of it, they didn't test the soundproofing until mother and child are already in there. Like, hey, what if this didn't work, you dumb motherfucker?
Yeah. Just hang out in your little creepy basement cave.
Like, oh, this didn't work. Oh, now we all get murdered.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking at full volume.
Because you just wanted a baby.
You know, a bunch of pro-lifers are like selling, they're like, A Quiet Place is a pro-life movie. Like, I need a drink now. Anything to further your agenda.
Yeah, anything can be turned into anything now.
It's so fucking ridiculous.
Everyone's ridiculous now.
I mean, I've always been ridiculous, but
Yeah, but in a fun way.
depends on who you ask.
Mostly fun.
I mean, if you ask all my ex-girlfriends,
Oh, yeah. Well. Yeah, that's
you're like, yeah, I got no argument there. Yeah.
I'm sure my exes have lovely things to say about me.
I mean, a couple of them are still friends with me. A handful.
Yeah, I'm cool with some of my exes. I would like to be cool with I mean, even people that did not treat me great. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever, that was years ago. Whatever. Like, if you say hi to me, I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck you. Like, you were so mean to me. I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, cool.
But you shouldn't give them the time of day. Just be like, okay, cool. Yeah, we're civil.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certain people I'm like, yeah, I'd like to be cool with you. And other people I'm like, I don't care. And then other people I'm like, you're kind of nuts. So.
Right.
There's those levels. I don't think I'm like legit, like, I mean, I'm friends with people that I've like kind of casually dated. I don't think I'm actually like friends with any like exes of like full on boyfriend situations.
Exes, I think I'm only friends with like one, I'll say 1.5.
1.5.
Like, one of them I'm legitimately like friends with. We dated in high school for a little while. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
But we're friends. Like, her husband's rad. Like, we're friends.
Yeah.
Then I have an ex who ruined my life. And she
we talk.
she didn't really ruin my life. I just, there was a much more emotional attachment in that relationship than pretty much any other. And we're civil again, and we bullshit occasionally. Because I'm a masochist, maybe? I don't know.
I've done the same fucking thing.
But thankfully
people who like destroyed me emotionally, and then I stay in contact with them because I'm like, well, it's cool, we can talk. And I'm like, you ruined me. Like, I was ruined for a while.
Yeah, no, she super broke me, and then like we didn't talk for 5 years, and then she somehow integrated herself back into my life, and then was like, I'm moving to LA. Can I move in with you for a little while? And I let that happen for a month, and
Yeah.
well, because that was bad. That was a bad.
Up again though?
No, that was the worst part.
Oh, you would expect that to happen.
Oh, so did I. Well, and the worst part is like we were sharing a bed for like the first couple of weeks, and like the hookup just never happened.
Oh, fuck that. Get out. This isn't worth it.
Oh no, it totally. But it gave me closure, and like thankfully, like I mean, not thankfully, but it's kind of shitty. In the 5 years we were apart, like life had fucking beaten the fuck out of her, and like just changed her, and she wasn't the same girl.
Oh, well, that's good.
And it was just like, oh, you were not like this super optimistic girl I used to date. Like when we were together, life had shat on her more than like almost anyone I'd ever met. Mm-hmm. But she was still super upbeat and like, everything's possible. And I was kind of like,
no, it's not.
well, no, I was kind of like, well, I'm attracted to that. I mean, besides you being physically hot, yeah. I'm into the fact that like you think that everything's possible, because I definitely don't.
That's cute. I'm so negative.
Yeah, no, I'm super negative. So I was kind of into like,
I'm like, nothing's gonna go my way. Everything is shit. And if something goes right, I'm like, wow.
I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Shocked, yeah. But I'm always waiting for the bad. Always. Right,
I'm right there with you. And then that's when it's like, oh, you're super positive. And then like 5 years later, when she's living with me, she's just like, Nope, I've had a dose of real life. That shit's out the window. I'm like, oh,
Damn. Welcome to the world.
welcome to the world. I mean, she was also mad young when we dated, so. You know,
Everything's still so exciting.
Yeah.
Young.
10-year age gap, so.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Yep. Nah, I shouldn't fuck around with girls that young, but yeah.
Yeah, I always dated guys that were older. And because in my head, I'm like, well, I mean, I just mid-30s, early to mid-30s. I was always like, well, something about that. I like that. And, you know, when I was like 19, 20, 20, like, it doesn't work. It could work, but it doesn't work. But I was always like, oh, they'll be more mature.
No, we aren't.
No, you aren't.
No, we just hide it a little better.
Yeah, you just look more put together, but it's all a lie.
Like-
Emotionally, no, not at all.
Like, I have a bunch of grays. It is also like the middle of the day and I'm getting drunk.
I mean, I dated someone, and this was an accident because he had actually lied about his age, but the oldest or the biggest gap of someone I ever dated, they were almost 20 years older than me.
Holy shit.
And that was probably one of the most immature people I've ever dated in my life. So I was like, quickly realized that it has nothing to do with fucking age.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah, and I mean, we met online and his thing said he was like 30 something, and then 5 months into the relationship was like, oh, actually, I'm this, and I was like, mother.
Did he was like 50 something?
He was 43, and he said that he was 35.
Well, like that should be like deuces right there. Like you're not even honest about your age.
Yeah, I'm awful, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And I was pissed, but
It was like 5 months into a relationship, we're like talking about being more serious, and we're like ready to like push it to that next level, and then it's like, by the way, I'm this age, and I was like, well, what do I do? Like, you can't. That's not fair. And he was like, well, if you don't want to date me, understand. I was like, well, no, because I'm in it now, so I can't, like.
The oxytocin has already been released from the sex.
I'm there now. Let's do this. Yeah, but that didn't end well.
That's so fucking scummy.
Yeah. Didn't end well.
Well, obviously you're not like with that dude anymore.
Yeah, no. Dating is fun.
Soup's fun.
I don't miss dating life. Not even a little.
I am unfortunately still in the middle of that fucking mix.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, this shit happens.
Yeah. But I mean, well, I shouldn't say I don't miss any of it. Like I don't like miss anything, but like getting wasted with someone you don't know and then having like a good sex night is like, yeah, cool, that was fun. Like who knows if it's going to go somewhere, but like that was a fun night. And that was like cool. He was a cool dude. And then obviously like generally it goes nowhere, but like, that was fun. It got boring after a while though. I was like, oh no, like I don't want to keep like wondering if it's going to be good.
You want the consistent dick.
I want consistent good dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
With someone I like.
Well, that's optional.
Well, yeah. But like a lot of times it's like you would find really good dick and you'd be like, oh, that sex was bomb. But this guy fucking sucks. And
That's the
that
worst.
Seems to happen like a lot of the time. Ugh. Always the anxiety going into like meeting someone new and being like, what if they have like the smallest penis ever? Or like, what if we like get along so great and then we just like the sex is awful? How do you like then
Well, it depends on how it's awful. Because it's like, well, if
you can learn, there's always that.
If your genitals aren't up to the task, that's a deal breaker. But if it's like, oh, they just need coaching, then you coach.
Yeah. I've definitely had moments where, I mean, because you can tell when you have sex with someone, you're like, that was just shit, or you're like, I think we just need to like learn each other's like rhythms and
like what are you into?
And
nothing bothers me more than like being with a woman and being like, her doing something that I'm not necessarily into and being like, hey, I'm not really into that. I've had women just like up and stop, just be like, I'm done. I'm like, I was just trying to.
But if I did that to you, like, and you didn't like it, like, say something.
Right.
And then we learn, and then it gets better.
Exactly. Everyone has more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much, very, very early on in relationships, I'm like, so what are you into? Because this is what I'm into. Let's do it.
So what are you into?
I mean, I'm pretty open. I'm like I'm mostly normal. Like, positions,
that's
whatever,
vague.
Whatever. Yeah.
Super vague.
But like, I mean, I have a ball gag and I'm not opposed to using it, or like
On him or you?
me.
Okay.
I like toys. I down for some anal, that's all I'm saying. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Good Lord. No, I'm open to things. I don't like, I'm not having anyone piss in my mouth, but
Why not?
I just doesn't
It's not arousing to you. That's
do
cool.
much for me.
There
I've
you
had
go.
friends though that like they tell me all about it, and I'm like, yeah, good for you.
I have a good friend who's been on the show multiple times, Charlotte Sartre. She loves that shit.
I love that my friends, because I'm so open, like they won't tell anyone, but they'll be like, I know I can talk to you about this, and I'm like, yeah, talk to me about it, because I fucking love hearing about it.
Oh, I do too. Like, I'm not necessarily into it. Like, for me, I'm into like doing a little light choking.
Yeah, I like that.
I like
Hair pulling,
light
Yeah,
choking, some
totally.
spanking.
Yeah,
But that's about it.
yeah, I don't get too crazy.
Like, I'm pretty vanilla, especially compared to some of the people who've done this show.
Oh yeah,
Like,
fair.
I've had some full-on fetish players on air, and they're just like, wow, I wish I could be into some of the shit you guys are into.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like I'm missing out on a good time, but it just doesn't arouse me. I feel like I would just lose my erection. Like,
Yeah.
nope, not into it.
yeah, but also like what's vanilla to us is like terrifying to some people, which I've learned, which is in reverse also terrifying to me. Like I've had people that like complain about their situations, and they're like, oh, we just have like just
Look,
normal like missionary sex all the time, and I'm like, oh, I would like blow each other, like maybe a little anal, like something. And they're like, no. I'm like, what do you mean no? Like I bug the shit out of my boyfriend. I'm like, babe, can you put your penis in my mouth later? And he's like, sure. I'm like, great, thanks. Like he's doing me a favor or something.
Girlfriend of the Year award right there.
Thank you. I
Like-
think it's so fun.
I need to find a girl who's just like bugging me to put my penis in her mouth.
Yeah. I ask him all the time. I'm like, can you fuck my face?
Like violently or
Sometimes. It's when I'm drunk that I want. to,
Like facial
to be
abuse?
Face fucked. Yeah. Yeah.
good shit. Good shit.
Just so the world knows.
There's nothing wrong with that shit.
That poor man, I just harass him.
That poor man, I just deep throat his cock.
Yeah. Like I got home from work last night. It's like 2:30 in the morning. He's sleeping because he has a normal job. And I'm like, babe, I kind of want to put your penis in my mouth. And he's like, he kind of smirks. And I'm like, can I? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, you won't say no to that one, will you?
Look at you asking for permission. Like,
I know.
instead of just putting it in your mouth and him waking up to it.
Sometimes I'll do that because that's always fun. And I've always told him, I'm like, you wake me up. Like, I don't think I'll ever say no to sex, to be honest. But, like, I have to, like, bug him because, he's working a normal job, sometimes overtime. And I work, like, a couple days a week and I have all this energy and I want to fuck all the time. And he's like, I'm really tired. Like, can we, like, later? And I'm like, oh, babe, come on.
No, dude.
All the time. So,
Dude, that's your job to, like, just get hard and lay back and enjoy the ride at that point. Like,
Well, yeah.
Be like, hey, babe, it's going to be lazy tonight.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, like that's so when I got home from work, I was like, I knew he was like super tired, so I was like, can I do that? And he's like, sure. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. You just lay there. I'll do it. But I've also told him, I'm like, anytime, if you wake up in the middle of the night and for whatever reason, you wake me up at any time.
Would you be cool if he just penetrated you and you woke up?
He's done that. I've told him to. Like, I'll just wake up to like fingers or like whatever, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Well, hello, sir.
Yeah, because normal job. So I'm sleeping because I got home at like 2:30, 3 in the morning, and I've only been asleep for a couple hours, and I just wake up to something touching my vagina. And I'm like, okay, good morning. And then he's like, okay, love you, bye. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back to sleep now and sleep till noon.
The best part of waking up.
Exactly. So it's a good system.
It sounds like a fucking rad system. Shit.
But yeah, I do surprise him sometimes too. But I just know he's like tired all the time. So sometimes I'm like, do you want to? Because I know you're gonna be up for like a half hour to an hour. So do you?
Oh no, a half hour to an hour.
I know it's rough. I'm just like way too overly like I don't want to bug anyone. I'm just a super anxious person. I always feel like I'm annoying everybody. So I'm like, is this okay?
You're just
this
like,
okay?
I know.
Can I put your penis in my mouth? Pretty please.
See, they need to make more like you.
Oh, thanks.
I would never completely be like, oh, you want my penis inside you? Cool.
All right.
All right.
See, and I did like I don't know. I never thought that like that would be like abnormal. I mean, I know a lot of girls are super into it, but like I've talked to him before about it, and I'm like, have you ever dated someone that just like wants to blow you all the time? He's like, no. Like,
Womp,
like
womp.
girls like blew me obviously because that's just like part of it, but like they weren't like wanting to do it all the time, and I'm like, well, you're welcome. Now get in bed because I'm gonna blow you.
Why even get in bed? Just do it right there.
Oh yeah, I mean anywhere. The other night it was the kitchen. Who knows?
Like, it's not like you guys got roommates, right?
No, because fuck that. I love being able to just fuck wherever. I mean, I've had boyfriends that had roommates, and it's like, no one's home. We're fucking on the kitchen table. But, you know, and then later we kind of like giggle because like the person's sitting at the kitchen table and we didn't really clean it. And we're like,
I fucked on the couch on Friday. Like,
nice.
And I was like, the whole time I was inside her, I'm like, my roommate may be home any fucking second. She's just like, so? Like, well, I'm kind of violating the common space at the moment.
This is the both of our area. So
I mean,
she must
that is-
be a little.
That is my couch.
Yeah.
I own the couch,
So
And I've been, since I bought it, I'm like, I need to fuck on that couch. I need to christen it. So that was the first time since 2 years I bought it since I actually fucked on that couch.
Wow. Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, like I finally broke the
That's
couch
good.
in. It's leather. It was easy to clean off.
Yeah, I try to figure out like new places. Like we've fucked in every room in the apartment now. So now I'm like, you have to fuck me on the balcony. And he's like, he said we would, but I think he obviously people can see.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right out onto the street, which I don't care.
Right,
But he's not as like, hello world as I am. So
yeah, but if he's standing behind you, all they're gonna see is you.
that's true. I've cleaned the balcony naked so many times because I'll take bleach water and just like I scrub down the balcony just so I know I can walk out there barefoot and like not care. And one day I'm like brush in hand, just butt ass naked, just scraping down the balcony, and I heard someone be like, "Lily?" And I like turned around and was like, I couldn't even see who it was, but it was my boyfriend's friend, and I met him like once or twice. And once he realized I was naked, he was like kind of like turned around and was like, "Oh, is he home?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Babe, one of your friends is like yelling for you." And he's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Can you see you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, do you want to come inside?" And I was like, "Babe, I'm cleaning."
Like, I'm busy here. What the fuck?
Like what can he really see from down there? I don't care. I'm busy.
Even if he's like, oh no, my poor
Yeah.
nipples.
Yeah. Are you taking photos with your mind? Great. Have fun. I don't.
Jerk off later. It's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm always flattered when people tell me they jerk off to me.
How many times has that happened?
That's happened quite a few times. But I had on my YouTube video of like the thing, somebody wrote like 1,000% my best fap of the year or something like that, and like I was cracking up to it, and my dad actually said something. He's like, "Oh, the comments on your YouTube video are really funny," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and he's like that last one at the bottom, and like he wouldn't even say it, and I was like, he's like, "Oh my favorite," and I was like, "Oh, the fap one," and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, that's funny, I love it."
That's gotta be weird for a father to be like, people are masturbating to my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I shouldn't say he's used to it, but I've always been incredibly open and like, I don't care. And this is like, you know, when I first started getting into modeling, my dad would always be like, oh, you could be in, you know, famous magazines. Like, and we'd always get the Victoria's Secret magazines to the house. And he's like, you could be in that magazine if you wanted to. You could be a Victoria's Secret model if you wanted to be. And I was like, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. I'm not tall enough.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm super short. But I'm also a person that when I am at home, which a lot of people find this weird, and I don't at all. When I'm at home visiting my family, I walk around butt-ass naked around the house. And both of my parents will be like, put clothes on. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you birthed me. I'm your child. It's not fucking weird. Everyone was born naked. At some point, people made it weird. It's not weird. So I'm just going to be me. And I'll be over here sitting on the couch naked. And they're like, all right. When they gave up a long time ago. And they're like, all right, fine. Walk around naked. But...
Well, with your attitude on, you know, nudity, I'm surprised you haven't actually done actual nude modeling.
The only reason I don't is because it's such a thing. Like, because everyone
Okay.
makes it such a big deal is why I won't do it. Like, because, like, you know, the second you're naked online, people are like, oh, ooh, she's naked. And I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. And until
Maybe in
everyone-
your circles, my circles are like, eh.
Yeah, well, that's true. But until it's like, it just irritates me. Like, I don't want everyone being annoying about it, you know? So until it's more of like, until everyone gets over the society, like, stigma of, like, nudity being this crazy thing, then I'll do it. I mean, like I said, if I'll be at a festival running around, I'm sure there's pictures of me that could absolutely surface on the internet, and I wouldn't be, like, completely crushed if they did.
Oh, no, you're going to lose your day trader job.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I don't, like, if I do, like, nude modeling, then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, she's nude. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about other people's opinions either?
That's true.
Well, don't. Ignore them.
It's fair.
I mean, especially at the point where with your new, like, viral success, it might be the time.
That's true.
Jump on fucking Penthouse or some shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, this is the business.
Look at it.
Powered by pizza, yo.
Yeah, right? How do you get that body?
Pizza and poles.
Yeah. Dough, cheese, tomato sauce. Pole dancing.
Though you never gave us another, like, pizza spot besides Garage. Like,
Oh, Big Mama's and Papa's.
and Big Mamas and Papas.
Lucifer's, I've only had a couple times now, but it is delicious.
Been to Lucifer's once or twice.
I had it last night. My coworker, I love her to death. It was her birthday that this video took place, and she had ordered pizza for everyone. And, you know, obviously everyone knows me there as the pizza girl, so she was like, she did a little, like, Instagram story and was like, who's the most excited for pizza? And she, like, turned it on me, and I was like, it's me, I am. And then immediately after that, I shoved a slice down my face, and then 10 minutes later was like, oh, I have to go on stage. And so I took another slice on stage to shove down my face. So I was working with her last night, and she was like, I think I need to order a pizza for you. And I was like, yes, please.
Oh, no.
Okay. So she was like, I'm going to order Lucifer's. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know, it's a little spicy. I can't do too spicy. I'm a baby. But it was a little spicy. It was really good. It was kind of garlicky. Loves me some garlic. What else? There's a place in Santa Monica called Rockin' Pies, and I've only had it once, but I had a garlic and basil one. I feel like if you throw garlic on anything, I'm like, it's amazing. It had garlic on it. So I don't know if the pizza was actually great because it was so garlicky, but I feel like you can't ever have too much garlic. So I was like, this garlic slice, it's delicious.
There's one spot I order from, like, they do roasted garlic, like, do cloves on the pizza. But the problem is, like, I don't know how they roast it, but, like, it loses garlic flavor. It's just like,
Oh, that's no good.
I know.
And there's a fine line. You can't roast it too much. You have to roast it like just enough.
Yeah, it's like squishy, and it's like, no, this is not what I want.
Yeah, no.
So what's your thoughts on masa?
Oh, I haven't been there in forever. I never had their pizza, actually.
How is a Chicago native never had deep dish from Massa?
I know. I went there with a friend who told me about it and was like, cool. And we went there and we had pasta.
The fuck's wrong with you?
It was years ago and we like got a thing to share and I don't know. And then I tried to go back. It was just funny. I was with my ex and like for my birthday, he was supposed to take me there, but then we broke up and I was like, well, we should still go. Because we were still like talking. We just like broke up. And
Right.
He's like, I'm not taking you. And I was like, you jerk. It's for my birthday. So
Well, let me know when you want to go. I'm always down to go
Yeah.
back to Massa.
yeah, let's go there.
All right, podcast over. We're going to Massa right now.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. It's pizza time.
Pizza time. Yeah, I haven't had deep dish in a while.
Uh.
I'm a bad Chicagoan.
I feel like I've eaten more deep dish on the West Coast more consistently than I did when I was in Chicago.
That makes sense. I didn't like it when I was little. And now I like it, but I'm not like, oh, deep dish over normal pizza. I'll always pick normal pizza over deep dish.
Honestly, what I want more than anything else is square cut pub style,
Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
which you can't get in LA.
Yeah.
But there's a goddamn Aurelio's in fucking Vegas.
Is there?
Yeah.
I think you told me that a while ago.
There's a Giordano's on the Strip now, too.
Yeah, you told. No, that's the one you told me about.
But yeah, there's
You
an,
have to go to Vegas.
there's an Aurelio's in North Vegas, so.
Goddamn.
There's Aurelio's, there's White Castle. It's like, oh, well,
Oh, White Castle. Oh, chicken rings.
oh, I got trashed at my friend's wedding fucking 3 weeks ago. I was in Vegas for that. 4 a.m. I bought a crave case for myself.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, I ate like 20 of them, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. Oh, I miss White Castle. I mean, just for that. Like, you don't eat it sober. That's
Fuck
for
no.
sure. They need to get a Portillo's closer.
Yeah, Bonaparte's a little bit of a hike.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely make the trek out. Or, like, if I go to Disneyland, I'm like, oh, let's stop there. But
No, if I end up in Orange County, I'm like, Portillo's.
it's close enough. Yeah, I'm going.
I went on like one date with a girl from Tinder or some shit, like in Long Beach.
Ew. Sorry.
Date went, but my drunk ass. Well, I mean,
You're
my.
like, I'm close enough.
Yeah, I'm like, it's kind of on the way home.
Yeah.
Probably went 20 miles round trip, like out of my way for Portillo's.
That is amazing.
Well, I wasn't getting late. I might as well get a beef and cheddar croissant.
Absolutely. See, everyone gives me shit too. I'm just a terrible Chicagoan because I was never a huge fan of, like, I just didn't like deep dish when I was little, but I also was like, tomato, like, it's too much tomato. I don't like tomatoes. I still don't like tomatoes, but now I like deep dish. But I also was never like a huge beef person, which I like beefs now. But as a kid, I grew up eating their cheeseburgers and their chicken sandwiches. So when I go, my childhood was cheeseburgers and chicken sandwiches. So I post a picture of my cheeseburger. People are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, that was my childhood was cheeseburgers from Portillo's. So I get cheeseburgers.
Their cheeseburgers aren't amazing, though.
Oh, I love them because they're burnt a little bit, and I love like well done. So it's like perfect for me. Which everyone can blame my dad for that, okay? Because everyone gives me shit for well done. I like my meat well done. My daddy ate it well done.
Just carrying on a tradition of bad
Yeah,
taste.
just leave me alone. It's the safest way to eat your meat.
Safe. I want to be tasty. I want tasty. I don't want safe. I ate fucking Kobe sashimi in Japan.
Oh my god.
Like Kobe, fucking raw chopstick, dip it in soy sauce. Oh,
That's terrifying.
it was
Did you
amazing.
see that people are eating raw chicken now? That's like
They're idiots.
yeah, that's like a thing. I think it's like in Japan or something. where
No,
it's like-
no way.
yeah, look it up. It's like a thing that's like just. guess
I don't feel like
popular
it's in
now.
Japan. I feel like it's dumb Americans doing that shit.
Maybe that would make more sense. But yeah, I would like just thinking about it makes me want to gag because I like it said in the article like apparently it's fucking delicious and I'm like I can't even imagine it being good and maybe because I've just grown up knowing that it's so bad that you have to make sure it's cooked but I'm like ugh,
Yeah,
gross,
like, I get weird about pork that has like a little pink in it, or
yeah.
like chicken that
yeah.
there's
If
a little.
it looks the tiniest bit pink, I'm like, do I have to cook this more? I'm gonna cook it more. Like I'll cook it till it's fucking dry and it doesn't taste good anymore. And I'm like,
Right.
now I overcooked it, but at least I know it's safe.
Right, but beef, it's like, oh, it's raw, cool.
Yeah, beef. Yeah,
Big dumb animal. If it's raw, it's cool.
yeah, it's fine.
Raw fish, no idea what they ate in the fucking ocean. Yeah, no.
Oh, I can't eat seafood. I mean, I could, but I won't.
Why not?
I just don't like it. I've tried so many things, and it's to the point where now, like, anything comes from the water, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. It's gross. I tried shrimp. I shouldn't say that. I tried scallops once, and I liked them, but
Were they bacon wrapped?
they were not bacon wrapped. That would have made it even 10 times better. And I tried lobster at my friend invited me to his bougie like work party thing, and it was like so ridiculously expensive for like this meal. But like we didn't have to pay for anything, so I was like, cool, let's be bougie. And the lobster was amazing, but I only had a couple bites, and then I just overthink it at this point because I've grown into like I can't eat seafood. It's gross. So I ate it and was like, okay, it's good, but I'm done now. I can't.
Lobster's amazing. Come on.
It was good. That was the first time I ever had lobster, and that's why I tried it, because I was like, not only is this like probably some of the best lobster you can get, but I've never had lobster. I'm open to trying things that I haven't tried, except like octopus. I can't. It's not. I won't do it.
I've eaten plenty of octopus, but you probably shouldn't because they're really smart. Octopus are really smart.
And they're so cute. Not that would stop me from eating anything. Cows are my favorite animal, but I'm also going to eat the shit out of a cheeseburger.
Damn right.
Yeah. Which I get a lot of shit for as well. They're your favorite animal. How could you eat them?
Well, that's why they're my favorite animal.
Yeah, they're adorable. And I will go to a farm and I will be like, this is my best friend. We're friends. And then I'll go to that same farm where they have a fridge that is stocked full of fresh steaks from the farm next door. And I will buy one and take it home and eat it and not feel a goddamn thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, see, I'll be like, this is my best friend. He's going to keep me life. He's going to give me life from his belly.
Eat, right?
Exactly. I'm going to absorb my best friend.
Yes. We are one now.
You're with me forever.
Yeah. I'm a terrible person because I like meat. So.
I am not a terrible person, and I love meat. I mean, I'm a terrible person because of a lot of other things.
But not for eating meat.
But not for eating meat. Mm-hmm. If we weren't intended to eat meat, we wouldn't be able to digest it.
Fair.
That's my argument.
Circle of life, man.
Yeah, no, life eats life.
Yes. It's just how it is. I have no other argument besides that. I'm like, no, I'm not stopping.
I literally just watched Joe Rogan do his special.
Triggered?
No, his new special. He
has a new one?
Yeah, it's coming out soon. He did a test run of it last week at Sycamore Tavern, and he has a bit where he's like, yo, dumb shit eats green shit, mean shit eats dumb shit. I'm like, yep, that's accurate.
Yeah, I like that. It's just so good.
Right?
I can't imagine not, like, and I mean, I've had, like, vegan and vegetarian food and been like, oh, this is really good. But, like, throughout the day, at some point, I need to have a meal with meat in it. I have to, or I feel like...
depleted and...
Yeah, I feel, like, weak almost. Like, I can eat plenty of protein and other shit and still be like, okay, I need, like, some chicken, or I need some steak, or something. I have to.
God damn it, now I want to go to the Korean barbecue place around the corner.
Korean barbecue. My favorite place is in Koreatown. It was like a block away from my old apartment. It's all you can eat.
Which spot?
It's called J Barbecue.
Okay.
And it's on Vermont and James Woods. So good.
My regular K-Town spot is Road to Seoul on 12th and Western.
I don't think I've been there, but I think I've heard of it.
It's pretty rad. The Korean girl who gave me chlamydia turned me onto it.
Nice.
That was like the best thing she ever gave me.
Like, well, I'll be going there forever, so there's a gift for life.
Right. I'll be going there forever. I will never speak to you again. But...
yeah. Luckily, it wasn't the STD she gave you for life. She
right.
gave you a good food spot for life.
Exactly. Like, I've brought a bunch of people. And then there's the spot across the street, which is good, but it's white people K barbecue.
Yeah.
You've eaten there, right? Really? Oh, okay.
No. I'm like, once I go to my place that I like and I find that I like it, I don't want to go anywhere else.
I just figured for the convenience because it's close to work.
Yeah. I generally I get there, I grab pizza and go straight to work. And then like after work, I'm like, okay, I'm out. Like occasionally get Thai food afterwards, but mostly I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm going home.
Fair enough.
There's also a Japanese barbecue place in Santa Monica that is like one of my new favorite places.
Tell me more.
It's called, I don't want to butcher it. I think it's called like gyukaku. And, it's the same, like you cook your own meat or
Yeah, it's teppanyaki.
At the end, you can do s'mores, which is very exciting. It's so good. So good. I love it.
I'm sold.
Yeah, I go there like once a week probably.
Oh, I'm down.
There's a cute waitress, and I'm like...
Well, I'm doubly sold now.
Yeah.
Is she Japanese?
She's not... I don't know what she is. She is taken anyways, but...
Well, I don't care if she's taken. Is she faithful?
Who knows?
Well, there's only one way to find
I'm
out.
trying to figure it out. No, she's super cute, but we like... she was our waitress a couple times, and I was like, oh, babe, she's so cute. Look at her. And he was like, yeah, I see that. And I was like, no, but look at her. And then, like, the more we came, she was like, oh, I remember you guys. And, like, now I have her phone number and, like, her Instagram. And I'm like, hey, are you working tonight? Because we're coming in. And she's like, oh, I'll tell him to sit you with me. And I'm like, yay. It's cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Next is going to be, so are you working tonight? No. So you want to come by our place?
Yeah. Want to hang out?
It'll be casual.
Yeah. Just friendly.
Yeah, friends bone.
Yeah. That's true. I've had friendship bones. Those are the best kind.
They are.
Not the best kind, obviously. I love my current boning situation, but those are great situations.
I love the disclaimer, by the way.
Yeah.
Like babe,
babe, I love you.
Babe, I love you. If you're listening to this, I love you. But before you.
Yeah. No, but I just love those situations that like neither of you ever is like, oh, I want more. Like you're both just so satisfied with the situation. And then it's like, yeah, we're like, it's cool. It's just super fucking chill. You're just a cool chick. I don't want to be with you. You're a cool dude. I don't want to be with you.
Like, if we were actually together, shit would go bad.
Yeah, it would probably not be great. But, like, this is awesome. I like those. Those are cool. Because it's hard to come by. One person's always like, but
I have the feels. Yeah.
Like, no, stop it. You ruined it now.
Right.
Now we have to stop doing it and I have to find someone else.
See,
or deal with your shit.
I stick around till they get really crazy.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's a problem. I'm like, but my vagina has no willpower, and it's already good, and I know that. So I'm gonna keep doing this.
Right, like
you're showing up at my doorstep, and I'm like, no.
No, I'm right there with you.
Scaring me.
I'm like, oh, I could find new pussy, but this pussy's pretty rad.
Yeah, I already know what I'm getting here. Finding a new one is a whole situation.
Right. Maybe too big, too small. This is like Goldilocks. It's just right.
Again, or having to train someone. It's like a whole thing. It's time consuming.
Ton of fucking effort.
Just for a friendship bang.
Right.
I just know. Sick of putting in all this effort.
Well, thankfully you're in a relationship, so you don't have to put in as much.
I'm like, you know what I like? Just do the thing.
Do the thing. Put your dick in my mouth.
Yeah. Please.
Pretty please with sugar on top. Hey, Lily, it's actually about that time. We're going to call last call.
Wow. Time flies.
It does when you're having fun and shit.
Yeah.
And alcohol's involved.
Yeah. That too.
Where can the audience find you on social media, on your viral videos, all that fun shit?
Oh, man. I mean, my Instagram is like my best place. That's like where I'm most engaging, I should say. And it's Lilly Blue Moon. Lilly. 2 L's. It's very important. And Twitter's Lilly Moon Art. And, or you could just Google pizza stripper and you'll find all sorts of articles and things that'll take you somewhere to find me. So.
And if they want to hit up your Etsy store and get some of that shit?
It's called Lilly Moon Shop, but the link is on the bio to my Instagram too. So if you just go to my Instagram and tap the little link there. Also, I post random things like in my story, like, look, I'm making things. Go to this link right here, and arrows. I make it pretty easy, I think.
Nothing wrong with that.
User friendly.
She is rather user friendly.
I try.
Hot.
It is hot in here.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Oh damn. Anyways, we're gonna get off air now.
Yep.
You can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. Slayer on Facebook. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink. And you can find the podcast on Instagram at And Now We Drink _ because someone stole fucking And Now We Drink. So, I know. Bitches. If you're new to the show, welcome. Drink with us every fucking week, every Thursday at noon. Do us a solid. Go on iTunes, rate us 5 stars. Be like, hey, that drunk asshole was mildly entertaining. Do that shit. Aww. Aww.
Not just because I'm on the show too today.
Not like we're not friends in real life and shit.
Yeah,
like,
no.
But anyways, y'all, have another drink. I'm going to develop a real sign off one of these fucking days.